Amen. Amen. Hallelujah.
Good morning, everybody. We are sorry for starting the behind schedule because we're waiting for others to join us. I got an information this morning that there's a marathon going on in Lagos State. And so some roads were, I think, there were a lot of diversions. I don't know if any of you experienced that while you were on your way here. Oh, okay. We're so sorry for starting very late. And that's why we even had to wait a little for those, because a lot of our members call that they are stuck in traffic. And so that's why we had to, delay a bit before we start this event. Once again, I want to say good morning to you all and thank you for coming. We appreciate your presence and we do not take it for granted. So before we do anything, I'd like us to please stand up on our feet. I don't know if you heard the news this morning not this morning, I think yesterday, where our dear president, said that for every event in Nigeria, we should be reciting the national pledge. It has become it's compulsory now. They say we should do the national pledge. I don't know if somebody is watching us here. Okay, we're even online. Sam, come on, you're going to be a national pledge, JJ. Ah, good. So, do we remember the national pledge? You said? We can Google. Okay. Should we do the national pledge? Okay, so let's go one after the other. I pledge to Nigeria, my country, the faithful, loyal, and honest, to serve Nigeria with all my strength. I'll uphold our honor and glory, so help me God. Amen. Let's have a seat. Thank you. It's quite interesting to know that national pledge is, at this point, it's not even relevant. Sorry, because Nigerians, they para. They are saying that to be faithful, loyal, and honest. Even when our own government is not loyal, they are not honest. And they are not telling us to be doing national pledge. They made it compulsory. Well, that's what the country is all about. Please, if this is your first time of joining us, please can you signify by a raise of hand? I want to know those that are joining us here for the first time. We started this cooperative meeting last year, and I can see a lot of familiar faces here. A lot. But please, I didn't see your hand. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Organa, Sam, see this guy, they raise your hand. This man that have you missed any of our meetings? Just one. You deserve an award. Oh, you're just coming to for the first time. Thank you very much. It's with great pleasure and honor that we are having you here for the first time. I'm sure that you being here, you will learn a lot. And I'm sure that today will not be a waste, for attending this event. Because we don't really have so much time. So we have to start as soon as possible so that we can stay within the, confines of the time we set for this event. Okay, so before I invite Sam to, kickstart the event for us, we have a lot of things lined up. We're talking about the 2023 reports of the cooperative meeting we had last year. So for those of you who attended the cooperative meeting last year, we want to do a review of how the entire 2023 was, and we also have testimonies for testimony videos, for those who did investment with us and their investments have matured, and how they've been able to get their money without any form of problem. People that have been negotiating with developers, how seamless it has been with the website. All of these things, I'm sure you are going to hear. For those of you that are doing this for the first time, I'm sure you are going to see videos of testimonies of those who have participated. And for some of you, I don't know, how many people got AMPA gifts? None from this place. Okay, why no one raise your hand? you got AMPA. Oh, okay, great. What did you get the iPhone Ampag or the iPad soon. I mean, do you have iPhone and iPad for gifts? Did you give out iPad and iPhones? You gave out phones, Samsung. A lot of things, because I saw that washing machines and all that. So it tells you that we are for real here. We are not joking. We ain't joking. Yes. Home theaters. Well, okay. All right. So without wasting so much of our time, I'd like to bring on this side of the platform the CEO of Carthagena City, Sam Orija. Please let's welcome him with a round of applause. What are you doing?
Malga. Thank you. Please, a round of applause for yourselves. How did you guys make it down here with the issues on the road? Were you driving a power bike? The way you are doing like this. It's good to see everybody's faces. Happy New Year to us all. We couldn't have our first cooperative meeting in January due to obvious reasons. All of us were still coming back from the holidays, even though we didn't have holidays here. But it's great to be here. We have a lot of people who are still on the road, right? So let's encourage them to hook up online while they're on the road here, because there's a lot of things to cover. We are already 25 minutes behind schedule, so it means that I won't be able to take a part of my lecture today. We'll start the Refer and Earn workshop by 10:30, and we have a guest who's going to be speaking. He's actually speaking in his office at the moment, so he's going to drop by briefly, then go back again. So we have to work within the conference of time. So today, I would like us to see a brief of the cooperative report last year, if we have that. Then I may tell Babson to come and log into the portal admin. I want to show people negotiations that were rejected and negotiations that were accepted. So everything is going to be out in the open today, so you can see how much. I got a feedback during the week about, I think, from one of the customer care representatives that called one of us, and the person was talking about an opportunity that he brought to the cooperative and how we didn't take advantage of it, blah, blah, blah. And I was just smiling like, by the time you see the report, you will know how much all of us are funded and see what is in the purse. So we don't have a purse. We don't do savings here. Do we do savings? There's no savings and thrift here, so we fund a project per quarter. So it's that particular project that we are funding that we focus all our energy on, because of the fact that there are too many things to be done. And by the time you spread your resources too thin, you will not be able to achieve each of them. You'll just be having half project here, half project here. And that's not really good. That's not the reason why we are here. So if we can project the 2023 report, let us see. We had 2 projects last year. We started this in July last year, July 1 last year. And we have been able to go into 2 projects. The first one was in Ibejuleki. I don't know how many of us were there. Yeah, okay. So the second one is the one that we just concluded in Mowe Town. And the third one now, which is running from February, March, and April, is going to be in Ekpe. So we'll show you a few of those things shortly. So, but while we wait for that, I'll also be talking about the agenda for 2024. We have quite a couple of events. Okay, so let's start with this. So this is an overview. Then tell Babson to come and log into the backend. You should leave whatever he's doing, come and log into the backend so that they can show it. Are people online seeing this? Okay, so they can show this. So we started July last year, July to mid-October. We funded Paradise by Almond County. You can see what our organization themselves funded, 24 million. And every other cooperative member, 8.3 million. Go to the right. I want to see the other things at the right. Just take the arrow button and leave shift right. So number of funders, for privacy's sake, 16. But we'll be having funder stakeholders meeting. Funder stakeholders meeting sometime in this month. So strictly for people that are funded, we have quarterly stakeholders meetings. So This first quarter will meet in February. So you can see 16 people, refunders nil. Okay? The next one. I need to see what I'm saying. So the next one is mid-October to January 2024. Mowe Town. Our initial investment as an organization, 48 million. And cooperative members were able to fund 47,850,000. You can go further and see. We had 42 people fund during that period and 11 refunders. It means that 11 people did more than one time. They funded more than one time, right? So the third one is the Paradise by Almond County, Ekpe Town. Let's welcome our guest. Welcome, sir. I was going to ask you how your people made it to the event, too. Because many people are stuck on the road, but people are joining us online. Okay, so Babs, do we have let's log into the back end. So at the back end, we'll be seeing how many negotiations came in, well over 509 or 510, how many were rejected, and how many were approved. So that we are doing all this for accountability's sake, right? So that you can see what is good. Good morning, sir. You can see what is going on. So currently now, from July last year till now, close to 3-point-something billion have been rejected. Today, we still rejected another negotiation around 8 million thereabout. So it's not really about your money. And when you are negotiating an investment, your priority should be that your capital is safe. That should be the first thing, that your capital is safe. So if your capital is not going to be safe, we are not going to accept it. So we have a lot of people who have been negotiating investments, packages that are outrageous, right? So some people do 3 months investments, real estate. I think it's fake estate you are investing in, though. It's not real estate, too, because there's no way, even if it's going to be finishing of the property, you still have to sell the property for you to now make returns for your investors. So when you are doing that for 3 months project, you are gambling. Okay. So we might have to jump. I'll come back to all this in the cooperative meeting later on, but we might have to jump so that we can have our first guest speak with us. This year, we'll be having a series of events. We have our next event. I'll talk about it. Please, if you can make this event, there are many things I will not share here because you did not pay. That's the truth. Because I also paid. Last year alone, spent over $15,000 on personal development. And that's one of the things I'm going to tell you this year to focus on. This year already, we have spent over $4,000 for an event that we have not even attended. And we're going to spend more. So this particular event, I'll be bringing my mentor, Dr. Clement Olalepupo. Tadeka should be there also. We're talking about real estate investment opportunities and challenges. So while we are showing you the ugly side and the good side, so that you can now know where to pitch your tent, right? And a focused bonus session will be how to buy land at wholesale price from families, communities, and governments. You people have no idea what kind of secret that is. So many of us have been buying land at retail price. So you are going to go and buy a 5 million, 10 million, Mowe Town like that. Some of us bought acres at that price. So we want to show you how you can do that. So would you not rather buy it at that price, or would you rather buy it at retail price? So let's go to, I didn't ask us to show this. So let's go to the website that you opened up. So let's follow the agenda. Good. So you can see how many users we have, 920. Total funding, if you add the 8.3 plus 40-something million, 50-something million, a few people have not uploaded their proof of payment. That's why it's not reflecting the total amount. Total negotiations, 2.476 billion. The first one that rejected at first, 1.529. This was initial rejection. So from your initial funding and request, this was. Then there are other ones. So by the time you do the minus now, you see that there are other negotiations that were rejected after renegotiation, right? So 570 negotiations, only 103 people's payments were approved. So you can log out from that. and we can move into the other things. So that's the report for last year until January this year. When we have the stakeholders meeting for people that are funded every quarter, we will now dive deep into it. We'll show you the progress on site and every other thing that has been happening so far. This year, we're going to be having a co-developers community. I will mention that also during the event. One of the reasons why we are trying to do that is because we want to create new developers within our cooperative. So you also can also start your own real estate empire and real estate business without indulging in the stress. Real estate business has a lot of stress, a lot. And thankfully, my big brother is here. He can give you some examples. So if you want to go into the real estate business, I would advise you just go into real estate marketing, not real estate development. But if you have the will, you have the necessary blood pressure for it, you can go into the business. Then I have a good news. I'm not going to share it now, but we are having a major bank collaboration this year. When we are celebrating our first anniversary as a cooperative, we'll be exposing that opportunity to us. So this time around, you'll be going through the bank to do your transactions, and it's just to increase trust and increase safety of people's funds. So I will end that here. We'll take, there will be, David, there will be an adjustment to the calendar so that we can have Mr. Francis now, so I can quickly go back to attend to his. So we'll take the refer and end workshop now, the first session. I'll come back to wrap up the cooperative meeting, and I'll take my session. Is that fine? So with a round of applause, let's welcome Mr. Francis Ajilore for his session.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm super excited to be here today. Sam Orija is somebody that no matter what, I can see some known faces and plenty more unknown faces. Sam Orija I'm not surprised at the level of results he's having, and it's just still a child's play to things it will still accomplish regardless of age and stature as it speaks today. Why did I have to start that way? Is to acknowledge him, not because he's just a host, but I've witnessed him grow in capacity. I knew Sam Orija when he was a copper. So the decision to explore real estate, like you always tell me, was because of, it was in accounts, chartered accountant, counting other people's money. And he saw the kind of money I was making, not weekly basis. Okay, let me use weekly basis, but daily basis. There's practically no day that they are treating commission that I was not collecting money. There was no time. There was no time. And so most of the things I'm also going to be sharing today are practical things that if you run with it, you would have amazing results. And people will be wondering, is it the same person and all of that? So from that, it took interest to say, instead of being an employee or not being an employee is not the issue. It's the mindset that you bring to that environment where you are thinking about 30 days make one pay. Who says? Who says? You can decide to make, fortunate enough, my wife used to work in one of the big fours, and as at the time we were married, maybe I was earning less than 10% of what she was earning. At some point on a monthly basis, as a matter, that was my own allowance. But at some point, she got to a point where she was earning well over 6 zeros, upward of 6 zeros on a monthly basis. But she witnessed it where our whole year salary is not even enough to do children's investment, not let alone even investments in our own name. So I'm telling you things that not can work, will work if you choose to run with it. Those are some of the things. And that's why I said, I've seen some amongst plenty of people who were around us, who were not just even coppers, who were working class, full-time staffs. How many of them can speak, can stand where Sam Orija stands? So please help me celebrate Sam Orija today. So please kindly share my slide to be able to carry everyone along. So the Francis Ajilore is my brand name. I'll be speaking on the subject practical steps to turn your network into your net worth. Nigeria as a case study. These principles, one thing about principles is It can work anywhere and everywhere in the world. I am in Nigeria, and I'm not trying to bully or intimidate anybody. But the truth is, the rise and fall of dollar is not shaking me. It's not moving me. The danger, why I'm interested in, I'm passionate about what I am doing, is that the day you don't attend to the needs of other people, that's you that you feel you are doing well. Your neck will be the turkey that they are going to feed on. And that is the more reason why we should not just be interested in us being okay. We should actually be more interested in every other person around us being okay. I'd spoken earlier today somewhere, and I said, the new way to be selfish is to help other people achieve their dream. The latest version of being selfish, the 2024 model of selfishness, is to help other people achieve their own dreams too. When they achieve their own dreams, instead of taking out of the little or the much you have, they are also able to reach out to other people. Everybody is comfortable. Everybody is adding something to the system. Not you deplete. I learned a secret way back in 2013 when Mr. Clement, Dr. Clement Oladipo wrote one of his first book, Rewriting Your Financial Story. Chapter 5 of that book, share the light, not the oil. So if what you have 50 liters of fuel, and 10 people are around you, and you keep sharing it, everybody will get stuck and get stuck in the middle of Third Mainland Bridge before you get to your destination. Everybody will get stuck. But if you decide to say, okay, this 50 liters, let us put it in a bus that can carry the 10 of us, we will all get there and come back. That's the principle. I just said it in another way of share the light, not the oil. Otherwise, both you and the people you are trying to help get it. So, but there are other systematic ways to go about it, and that's what I'm going to be talking about today. Practical steps to turn your network into your network. Dangote still find money. We are just still on this first page. Please let's move to the next stage. Please flow with me because I would like people, there are some English mathematics equation that I worked out here so that you can be able to. So the next slide after this. So Dangote still find money. So I don't know the excuse for us. Is there anybody who is satisfied? They are fully satisfied with their financial status? Yeah. Can I see your hand? So even Dangote still they find money. So what is Francis Ajilore not looking for? So to be honest with you, one of the things I'm going to be sharing today, you can't find it in any book. These are self-discoveries that I sat down, inspired by God, and I feel, okay, so sorry, what is really working? What has worked for me? What are the step-by-step that has taken me to this point? What did I do differently? And that's how I came. So if you say your network, what is this network? So most of us assume it is, no, sorry, we're moving fast, we're still there. People you know is often what we call our network. That's the mentality most of us carry. But the person you know, does he have your own number? Does he know you? He waves at you. Does he? Or he will say, sorry, who am I on to? That's the one that is asking you, who am I on to? It's not your network. Oh. Do you know Governor of Lagos State? What's his name? Does he know you? It's not your network. So that assumption that people you know is your network, cancel, delete it today. And not delete it, communicate. Alpha, what's happening in your business? What is this? And what new offer do you have? In whatever capacity. Because relationship and network is not just about you receiving from people. It's also an opportunity for you to reach out. And as we'll see along the line, that the value proposition you bring to the table is what also influences the quality of that network. I tell people that people say quality is better than quantity. My own philosophy is I want quantity of quality. Where if my child is doing wedding, it is not everybody that did ritual or that they stole money that they give cash to. So, which is why that ideology that reset formula needs to be engaged, needs to be deployed. To know that it's not just about the people you know, it's about the people who also know you and willing to associate with you. As we make progress, you get to see that people buy from those and trust. So those three components must be ticked. When you now add that to what you do with them or value you offer them in exchange, that is what will now give you the network. So not your network on its own can't achieve anything in isolation. Sorry, I may not be the conventional teacher that teaches like smooth, like them Oladipo Clement, Dr. Lu. I'm very passionate about things, and you will see it in the way I express. So permit me, if I'm not the conventional people that have come to speak to you people here, what is most important is that I want to hear testimonies that, yes, among guys, people are achieving amazing results. That's more of what I'm interested in. And that's why I tell people, your bank statement is your report card. Your bank statement is your report card. So if you show me results and you show me that, and they say, so person is not this, who doesn't like, I used to tell people, if I have a Range Rover and people give me Picanto, I will drive that Picanto more. Why? I want to say the story that it was because of the people I impacted. That's why they gave me this. And every now and then. So I love to see people do very well. So what you do with those relationships. So you may know Sanwo-Olu. You may know the past ministers. You may know Akpabio. What you do with those relationships. So if you have the network, but you do nothing with it, you offer nothing to them, you don't improve the quality of your life from how you met them. I always tell people, part of my basic responsibility is when I meet you at 50 million, my goal is to say, okay, when we are sketching our plan, how can I make you richer and better than I met you? Because success is a journey, not a destination. So if I meet you at 5 million, your total worth, after netting off your liabilities and we find out that you are 5 million. How do we move you to 15 million? How do we make sure that you are making progress? That is my responsibility. So, and it's in the value proposition you take up to people. So if today I say I discovered or know somebody who has the skill to solve HIV problem, but I know the governor and I know the person that has the solution, and I believe in myself, and I believe in the product, and you think the governor won't assess me? The governor will host mega program that WHO, all kind of organization will all show up. So it's a function of the value proposition. So what you do with the quality of network that you have, we've established what makes it a network. What you now do with those and the value you offer them is what actually tells you that you have a particular net worth like this. So are we all clear on that? So we know how to arrive at our net worth. So next slide, please. So what is the value proposition? And value proposition and exchange is what elevates your net worth. So in 2013, there were level of, so the kind of product I used to sell that time was 150,000 naira, 200,000 naira. But that was the quality of network I had with me. And that was also the overall value that I had capacity to carry. But as we made progress, we started offering bigger value. The way the world is, the way life is, nobody actually remains stagnant. If you choose not to improve on the way, you may feel you were stagnant. And I was still there, but life has moved ahead. So you're actually retrogressing when you're actually not moving forward. So I tell people, you can't be in a moving train and remain stagnant. So if you take off from Oshodi, going to Ibadan via rail, the fact that you sent a message to someone that I'm currently at Oshodi, it's not a lie. However, the moment the ignition of the train is activated and movement happens, what practically happens is you are in Ikeja along, you are in this thing, whatever. Are you the one in charge of the wheel of the train? No, but you are moving. But if you didn't join the train and you stayed at the, what happens? But if you calculate the miles that the train had gone, so if you had gone 120 kilometers, you have actually 120 kilometers retrogressed. Even though it looks as if you were static in that place. But everybody is moving. So it is not competition. But it means that for you to get to that elevated net worth, it means that you need to continue to also review your value proposition. So if you are worth $1 million monthly revenue right now, and inflation is making that money reduced to 200 naira equivalent in problems it can solve, you are retrogressing if you don't make more money. I don't know if you get what I just said. So you make 1 million naira monthly. It looks like a perfect deal up until inflation sets in. And what your 1 million naira could do on a monthly basis is now competing and dragging with 250, 300. If you don't find ways to move that 1 million to become 3 million naira at least, it means that you will continue to you are actually retrogressing if you are not making forward progression. So for your net worth to either be sustained or improved on, you need your value proposition needs to be reviewed from time to time. Are we together? Am I speaking to, or am I breaking it down well enough? Thank you very much. So next slide. So self-value plus or minus perceived value. You know, these are equations I came up with just yesterday while I was trying to say between, I got a bit involved in a bit of politics. So politics is also taking so much of my time. Business is taking, and I need to do this presentation again. And so this came up yesterday. Self-value plus or minus perceived value equals your real worth. So I'll break it down. Self-value, you can have so much substance, but if you don't believe that you have it, it's still nothing. It's 1 billion multiplied by 0 is 0. I'll give a private example to drive the message home. Please, when I'm getting close to my time being up, please kindly notify me. Many years ago, early 2000, I was part of an organization where we hold periodic meetings, but I was very timid. You'll be wondering, this guy when they talk like this, they timid before. I was very timid, very shy, but what the organizers of the event noticed was that anybody that sits around me every week had something to say. So me, I can't talk, but if you're around me, I'll tell you the answer. So they talk. And it happened consistently for months. And the next thing, those people called me when they were going to plan the following year meeting, so they dragged me into committee to be part. And so obviously everybody were upward of 8, 10 years older than I am, but I started mingling with people that were my same, but I was useful. We have all night strategizing and doing a lot of things. And that was where I realized I knew my worth. But if somebody didn't pick me up, didn't notice that, I would, as a matter of fact, I would have retrogressed so badly that, when a machine is not being engaged, one of my cars was taken for roadworthiness and all of that. And so they passed it, but said we should go fix some things. When they got to the mechanic's place, he said that they've parked this car for long. So when you think you are not using something, you feel, it's my idea. I'm working somewhere, I won't deploy it here. It will become obsolete in your hand. It will not experience, it will develop clog in the wheel. Instead of it flowing. For somebody like me, ideas come in regularly because one, if I meet you today, sir, and I passionate about what you do. If I begin, let's assume you are into medical space. If I begin to suggest ideas to you, you will wonder, have you practiced medicine before? Have you done medicine business, medical business before? But all because I'm used to deploying my brain to generate ideas from time to time. So The self-value, how does it connect to all the stories I've said? You may carry something, but if you don't believe in it, when you are talking to me, so I'm here talking about this because I've experienced it, I've lived it. I'm very whether you believe me or not, it doesn't reduce my words. It doesn't change who I am. So I speak with that confidence. So if I'm approaching someone and I'm saying, oh, from what you intend to achieve, do 50 million. I'm not, whether you see the 50 million as big or not, it's your own issue. I've told you, so I don't have that low self-esteem trying to, but you will say big thank you with the 50 million as you are dropping it. It was with, as a matter of fact, it's one of the reasons why sometimes I'm very selective about my clients. It's very, very intentional. Because one, sometimes, and I'm sorry to say, people who do big money sometimes don't even give as much problem as the people who drop small money. But the truth is, we all start from somewhere. I could not afford to pay for half plot of land in 2012. Even when I was to spread it for 24 months. And it was less than 200,000. But today, I know the worth of that same land. I know the number. So everybody starts from somewhere. So it is not the quantity of the money you actually have. It's about your mindset. That's the first place to reconfigure. So that self-value, knowing that, okay, I am at this level, and there are two people you can't lie to, yourself and to God. Don't overhype yourself in the place of self-value. Don't place yourself beyond what you are truly worth. Know where you need to do personal development, like Samorija has said, and say, I will invest in this, I will invest in myself. Plus or minus perceived value. So whether I drive a car, I drive an SUV, or I join the Keke Napep here, it creates a perception. It is my responsibility, it is your responsibility to work on ourselves such a way that the way we are perceived, people can entrust resources in our hands. But that is one side of it. The other side to it is that, which is what also should help people to know that they should do more of delayed gratification. When if Otedola comes in here wearing a bathroom slippers, but what most of us will begin to say is, no, this one is the version that they sell 1,000 pounds, not 1,000 naira. So, as much as it's a perceived value, you have a responsibility to work on it. It won't jump on your lap. It means you should also have a game plan towards doing so. So when you plus and add, you plus or minus the perceived value, it will let you know your real worth, because it will help you to know what you will attract or what gravitates towards you. Let's move because of our time. Time is just moving very fast. I'm enjoying the audience anyway, even though I like audience that give it to me back to, but maybe a few people are giving me that vibe. So if you don't know your real worth, which we just did the analysis, the plus and minus. If you don't know your real worth, you won't be able to pitch or exchange value with your network. So you have a quality network. You have collaborated with your cooperative. You have collaborated with Samorija, which means that you have quality to offer in exchange. But yet, because you've not come to the identity of your real worth, you would have I used to tell people that there was a time in my life that if you asked me to give somebody a house for free, I did not know how to talk. I don't know how to present. And that's why I used to tell people, there's no level I meet anybody, I say there's hope for you. If you know my story, if you know where I'm coming from, you would know why I'm so passionate the way I talk like this. I'm somebody that I can't deny the fact that I'm helped by God. You know. So, but if you don't know your real worth, and you have all the products, they give you a house to give it to somebody for free, because you don't know your real worth, you won't be able to even pitch it to them. You won't be able to take that valuable thing. You won't be able to exchange it. You won't be able to offer. You'll be wondering, how will I tell them? Hey, I'm not a. You will always have excuses why not to do it. So, I take it again. If you don't know your real worth, which we already did the equation earlier, you won't be able to pitch and exchange value with your network, regardless of how qualitative that network is. Know all the people in the world. So imagine me saying the governor that has sent consent to all land in Lagos, and I'm now saying, sir, I have land in E4. I want to give to you. Does it make sense? It doesn't make sense because he has access to better things. So, but if you have even that quality product, you have something that will bring the governor foreign income to the country, but you don't know yourself what, you won't know how to pitch it. The same quality product that somebody else takes somewhere and they are welcoming the person is the same quality product somebody else takes to another place and they are saying, please tell them I'm not around. You need to, this real worth that we did the equation earlier, you need to go and work it out. When you know it, even when you have something that is not as qualitative as somebody else, you will have more results than the person who has quality but doesn't know their real worth. When you know your real worth, it will give you time to dissect that quality product that you want to offer to that quality people. So please, in the next slide, as I begin to round up, one critical thing that we also need to begin to, or we need to know, is that to somebody else, if you ask them, give me 100K, dash me 100K, they may not be willing to give you. They may see it as a tall order. Yeah, do you know when I woke up? Do you know how I work for my money? What have you? But that same person, tell the person that there's a 100 million naira product. But if you invest in this, and this 100 million naira product will give you an average of 3 million naira monthly, which is an average of 30 million, what have you, he will begin to ask you, what if I do 300 million? It's not that I don't have money. I will see what I can do. It's for category of 100K, that I want 100K. I need urgent 2K. That is the feedback. I will see what I can do. I will revert. They can now begin to do not disturb for your call. But when you show them that you can be making 3 million naira monthly from an investment of 100 million, if you do this, say, sorry, can I invite you for dinner? There are people that I have been privileged to meet that have sent escorts to come and carry me. I've been privileged to meet such people who now start calling me their friend. And now start calling their other friends. Oh, have you met my friend? No. Come, he's coming around today. All of a sudden. But these were people I was chasing before. But the value proposition that you take to them, human nature, there's tendency for all of us to be selfish. But in what direction are you being selfish towards? For what gain are you being selfish? So, but the moment you make the other people win, and so if I have 20 people within my network that are quality people, and I make them make an average of 1 million, but for every 1 million that they make, I make 100 million. I make 100,000. It means, or I make 200,000. It means that if they introduce me to 10 people, they will have made 10 million. But I calculate my own 200,000 in 100 places. So they are happy. I'm equally happy. So, but transactional value may just be a drop in the ocean. They see it as insignificant. Because the person that bought 100 million naira product that wants to be giving him 3 million naira on a monthly basis, possibly he has planned his vacation, he has sorted money for vacation. His children's school fees will not be affected because so it is insignificant. But when you ask 100K, 50K, it becomes like a tall order before them. So we need to re-engineer our mindset to say, okay, instead of going to ask people for favor, what favor am I taking to them that will make them better so that they can now exchange it with money? That's one of the ways to now convert those quality people. So we've said from your 1,000 numbers of contacts, check your phone and say, okay, I have 1,000, I have 2,000. Do I have up to 100 that are quality network? Out of those people that I assume are quality network, how many of them reach out to me that we talk Communication is not a one way. It's not me talking to you. It is you talking about. So do they also communicate to you? So you now know whether from that 100, it is now, after, celebrating the quality people, you now feel, okay, 50 of those 100 people will flow very well. That is not, you now know that 50 people are my network. Quality people is not the same as network. So you now, say, oh, the entirety of this, my contact, 2,000, 1,000 out of them is asking, always doing withdrawal. Another, you now break it down till you now get to the real one that you call your network, and you now begin to now say, what quality or value do I offer to this network of people that I have? So, next slide, please. Akin Alabi, one of the members of Federal House of Representatives, was the one that talked about that he hawks his products shamelessly. So when you have quality people, the quality network, you know yourself what, but you sit down in your house or you sit down on your phone just gisting, talking without knocking on the doors of the people, of those people that are the people who have, those quality people, it becomes a challenge. So you will make that equation to be everything summing up to become 1 billion multiplied by 0 when you don't knock. An object remains stagnant when motion is not applied. So having all that we've said before now, if you don't knock, if you don't hawk, nothing changes. So this conversation we are having today is not to speak or charge you or motivate you. It is for you to say, sorry, if this guy says it was like this, I was someone that they lock outside and not allow to enter the house. I was someone that when results that I didn't achieve for my first 12 to 18 months in real estate, when I began to achieve it in 3 months, way more in 3 months, and I got my first car in 2013, I was being told that when will I return the car to where I borrowed it? If that same person is telling you, if you begin to knock, if you begin to hawk what you do, you will begin to see that your network will be converted to a good and tangible network. And not only that, we also said earlier on that network can be elevated. It's a progressive work. Success is not a journey, it's not a destination, it's a journey. So when you get to a particular place, you realize that, okay, there's more I can do. There's more I can do. There are more people looking up to me. And so we need to begin to answer this question of knocking and hawking. Next slide, please. So everyone is a salesperson. The pastor, the imam, the president, everybody is a salesperson. But unfortunately, nobody likes to be sold to. When you see somebody carrying flyer, coming on, if you are following one lane, you can deliberately do as if you are receiving a call, I just change your name. If you are honest with yourself, you know that maybe it has happened to you before. Whether it is sell, whether it is the invitation they want to give you, sometimes we are until you possibly finally, but that should not discourage us. So everyone is a salesperson, even though no one likes to be sold to. But the difference is, you possibly have recommended a bank. You possibly have recommended a mechanic to someone. You possibly have recommended a food that you bought from a restaurant to someone. Did they give you anything in return for it? But what we are saying now is that when you are intentional and strategic, you will now be making money for it. That is why I said part of the assignment is for you. Okay. That's why you say part of the assignment for you is to look at your network, to check your phone contact, and now begin to break. That is the intentionality. You now know that, okay, from the next slide, please let's go to the next slide so that I can quickly round up because of our time. So what do you do after you know your through what and establish the network? You now start collaborating. So you don't need to reinvent the wheel. You don't need to go and start being a developer. If you ask me, I have played in all of these roles. But if you ask me, which role will I prefer to just sit down with? It is where the money is. I know where the money is. I know where the stress is. I know the one that you won't be able to sleep. I know the one that you will. Okay, yeah, thank you very much. So I'll be rounding up too. So you need to now start collaborating. Who has what people want? Start selling what people are buying. So to collaborate is to look for somebody that has what people are buying. And that is an opportunity that this platform gives to us, which is Fund Real Estate NG and all the cooperative, all of the products that they have here. So it's to collaborate with those people. So you don't need to rent an office. The office of the person you are collaborating serves as your own office. You don't need to employ staff. You don't need to know the cost of diesel. You don't need to know when it got exhausted. You don't need to know when they service AC. This morning you showed up here. Did you know whether the AC was on? It doesn't concern you. That's the power of collaboration. As long as you validate their credibility and all the other necessary for their consistency, their ability to capacity to deliver, collaborate, and you now make your own network benefit from what they have, but you get paid for it. And that is the journey that we have begun today. So next slide, if it's not the last. So last thing I would say, I strongly believe that this is the last thing. Don't be a signboard. Don't be a signpost showing people the way to fundrealestate.ng and you are not doing anything. One of the key things that helped me all through my 2013, 2014, even my boss at the time asked me how, when he saw me building my first house on the island, I moved into the place in 2017, he said, so sorry, where did you make all of this money from? I said, you are the one that taught me that it's not about how much you make, it's about how much you can keep aside. So I'm not somebody who have too many quotes or too many notes to write, but I am an aggressive doer. When you teach me something, I will know you more than you. The chances are very high that, or let me not say I will know you more than you. I could have more results than you that taught me. That is one thing I want to encourage as many of us. So while you are showing people, as they are helping you to increase your income, for the first 6 months to 12 months, behave as if that money you are not making it. After taking care of your covenant obligations, parents, everything that is important, children, even before the children, make sure that you set aside 30 to 40% minimum towards positioning you for the future, personal development and investment in that asset. That asset, you are telling people that it is good for you to create a better future for you. You too, do it. Guess what it will do? It will boost your confidence. So instead of me going to offer 20 million naira products to people who have sold 20 million naira product, because I know that I have helped them to possibly become 30 million or become 50 million, I should be discussing things that they will do 50 million or do 500 million. That's because that's the picture. But if I continue to offer them what they knew in the past, they will drop you and look for somebody else who will offer them where they want to go, not where they are coming from. Thank you very much. I believe that's my time. So my social media network at the Francis Ajilore even though I'm not a Twitter person, I'm not an Instagram person, I'm not really active on words. At least people manage it, and at least I can be reached on those platforms. Thank you all for your time. I appreciate it. So if you have questions, let me quickly take time.
If you have questions, I can take questions now. Okay. Do you have another mic? So sorry.
Can I get water? Thank you. But pending while we are waiting, so because of time.
Okay. Thank you, sir, for this wonderful session. I just wanted to ask, when you started your journey, what were the key challenges you faced, and what was the turning point?
So, one of the key challenges is rejection. I said it, nobody likes to sell, nobody likes to be sold to. But when you also see future work that exists, future work, Google it, next 10 years, 20 years, sales is one of it. Greater part of people who are highest earner, if you claim you have a business and you are not a salesperson, forget it, that business will die. It will die. So nobody likes to be sold to, moments where you will trek and the shoe is chopped, you are sweating by the time you get to the office. You say, you are using part of you are dusting shoe, everything is just wrong with you. But that's why you need to know your real worth. And that's why we did all the equation. When you believe in yourself, you continue to, then you don't stop at just what they told you, this is this product. You begin to, one of the key things I do is, anything I can't buy, I don't sell. If I don't have the means, is one case. So for instance, we did a project in Ogba, 31 units of apartments. When we started selling that product, it was selling for 26 million for 2 bed. 3 bed, about 33 or 36 million. That's July 2020. I could not afford to buy that product at that time. But guess what? Out of 31 units, at least myself and my team, we sold no less than 27 to 28. So you can picture the kind of money I made. But while I was making the money, I was doing cash investment. I didn't say because we are the developer, I also now bought an apartment there. But guess what? When I was going to buy, it was selling for 35 million, even though I'm a director in the system. I bought at 35. But what that business gives to me, what our apartment gives to me. So when I say, when dollar issues are being talked about, it don't concern some of us. Because if you come through Airbnb, I collect dollars and I don't repatriate it. I use it to do another business in the US. As I speak to you here, there are guests in that apartment. The money I have made from just one of those apartments between January and date, some people will not make it in the next 6 months. So the big picture should keep you going. But like I said, if a product, no matter how good a product is, or no matter how good they said it is, until you own it, and in the process of owning it is the process of saying, okay, what will make me buy? What will I do with it? What in social period, what will this have translated to? My ability to do that helps me to own it. So when I am talking about that product, or you are talking about that product to somebody else, they are like, where can I get more? I wish I bought only one share. I wish I can do more. I wish I can do more. And can you give me time? What if I choose to? That's what they will now be thinking of. Because one, you have painted that mental picture because you have only. To now validate it, that was where I stopped at saying that don't be a signpost. So you may not have that money at the point of trying to work your way to the top. But when that money begins to come, you consciously set it aside. The more you set it aside and you equally do those things, you will realize that most people you sold to, you'll be richer than them. There are things that I do that the people that used to buy things from, because me, I'm not talking to just one person. I'm talking to several people like them. And the moment you make a buying decision and I give you quality experience, I've delivered what I have promised you. The next thing is you need to become a raving fan. And the process of becoming a raving fan is that, sir, if you are worth 50 million, the chances are high that your people within your own network, which I want to convert to part of my own network, will be worth between 30 to as much as 100 million. You will most likely have, we've said what network is. So you may have plenty people in your life, but your network that gives you your true net worth would possibly be just 10, 20, 30 people who are worth about the same thing that you have. So my ability to satisfy you is an ability to have access to those 10, 20, 30 people to now make them added to my own network. So there's a lot of intentional, and that's why you should never be interested in just ensuring that you just make money from a transaction alone. You must be sure that that person is satisfied, happy, and ready to become a raving fan. Where when you send them a message or not, when an offer has closed, they are still busy helping you to push your product. And you're saying, sorry, I don't tell people to stop. I say, always tell me, all my friends, they must do well. Somebody listened to me while speaking at Mega Housing Summit last year, October, and reached out, did his investigation, did findings, and the next thing he sent me a mail through my personal email and called for a meeting. And the next thing was doing a transaction of 35 million. To date, I've not seen him. He doesn't know me, but physically. I've had people come all the way from US to come and have discussion on projects, on things I'm doing, and they had locked down money and also brought people before that time. And it was much later that they were coming to see me and calling for meetings. The work gets easier. When I say easier, it comes with you servicing more people, but in terms of the struggle to have people to talk to, it becomes a lot easier because you have offered them value. Spend more time in that, locating who to collaborate with, who has that value, and then you take it further by now owning that value, because that is what helps you to pitch it properly to those people. So as you make progress, it becomes a lot easier. And when people see results, nobody ignores results. Nobody ignores results. Whether it's small, young, and this thing. I tell people, Mike Adenuga's son, Paddy, will you say because he's in his 30s, or this, you now say, or Wizkid is in his 30s, you say, what do you know? Or you say in Ketia, that small boy that controls millions or thousands of pounds on a weekly basis is what you are calling small boy. Nobody ignores result. So that result should, gaze on that result, should keep you motivated to actualize your result. Have I spoken well? Thank you very much. In the absence of no other question, thank you all. That means I did well a little bit. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, thank you very much.
Well, just to let you know that Mr. Francis does not really like Nketia. So, because he misses goals a lot. So, if he's using his Nketia as an example, some of you will not understand. He has some issues with Nketia, but in terms of results, money Nketia has it. I hope, Mr. Francis, I'm right about that. All right. Aden Asnafa. He's a gunner, a complete gunner. All right, please, let's appreciate him once again. So, right about now, without wasting so much of our time, Mr. Sam Orija, are you ready for us? So let us continue from where we stopped.
All right, so I need marker, I need cleaner. Okay, there's marker here. Thank you. So, I'm very excited about what we just learned today, because I will be taking it up from there. So I want to show you. So what I will do now is I will just continue the refer and end workshop, my own session. Then we'll go back to the cooperative meeting later on. How many of us enjoyed that session? For those of us online, we apologize. We are working very hard to get the video back up. So just give us a few minutes and that will be up. Okay. So I'll be talking about turning suspects to raving fans, what he just mentioned a few minutes ago. All of us here, how many of us here have only one outlet of expenses? We only spend money on one thing. Do we have anybody here? How many of us have several outlets of expenses? You spend money on several things. Good. So how many of us here have more stream of income than the outlet of expense? So you spend money on several things, right? Do you have more things that give you money than what you spend money on? I'm not talking about the amount you have. I'm talking about several outlets or several streams of income. So that's one of the reasons why we are here today. Okay, so that we can add to our portfolio, we can add to what is currently giving us income. And largely, if you are really diligent and you work hard towards this, it can really eclipse your primary source of income. So, like Mr. Francis said, I was an accountant in the company that we both worked. I was a youth corper then, and even as at that time, I'd already gathered a few certificates, and I could actually work in the Big Four or any good management company then. But I wanted to understand business processes. And one of the best ways for you to do that is to go to a small or medium-term organization so that you can be able to learn from different departments. If you are working in Orlando or Mobile, you will not be able to understand those things because your level, you might not have clearance to get to some particular level. But if you are working in a medium-term organization, you'll be given different privileges to go into those things. So I was able to understand all those things because of that privilege, right? And while paying commissions, I realized that people that were staffs, because I was a volunteer, so I was not even expecting any salary. People that were staffs were not earning what I was paying these people in commission per day. So some people were earning well over 100,000 naira per day in terms of commission, while people that are working Monday to Friday for 4 weeks cannot boast of that kind of income. So I decided that no, my own journey will not follow this route. That's the truth. And after I resigned from that company, that was the last time I ever earned a fixed salary in a month. That was several years ago. See, today, my next bread is based on sales. So if I don't sell, I shall not eat. And that's one of the reasons why you see me on radio. Even yes, so you are welcome to the Refer and Earn workshop. So one of the things I'm going to be talking about is facts about sales before I go into how to turn your suspects into your into raving fans. Facts about sales. I'm not using a slide, so just follow me. Sales is a skill that will never go obsolete. Sales is a skill that will never go obsolete. There is no time in life, and there will be no time in life where the selling skill will be obsolete. So many of us are studying degrees that when we graduate from the university, it becomes obsolete. If I had known, I want to study management accounting in school. Because now softwares have replaced the accountants, you know, and gradually they are replacing several other professions, right? But there's no time where sales will be obsolete. So back in the days, they were exchanging, they will call it trade by barter. You will exchange something for something. Now you are exchanging value and skill for money, right? You are working in a particular organization, you are selling your time and your ability to work for money. Yeah, that's what you are doing. So everybody sells, right? But not everybody makes money from selling. So a few facts. Number one fact, I just mentioned that. Everybody sells, but not everyone makes money from it. Everyone sells, but not everyone makes money for it. I like your wig. Where did you get it? Tell me where you got it. You bought it from a store, right? So you can refer me to a store. So if I go to that store and say I want to buy for my mom or for my babe or anybody now, she has sold that store to me, but she did not make money from selling it. How many of us have drive here? Do you have a mechanic? So my car is faulty now. Can you recommend a mechanic for me? Good. So you recommend your mechanic collects money from me for repairing the car, but he did not make money from it. So everybody sells. So when people say, I don't like selling, it's because you have not found something that you're making money from. Number two fact, everybody can sell. Say after me, everybody can sell. Yeah, everybody can sell. Number three fact, good products are the easiest to sell. Good products are the easiest to sell. It is very difficult for you to convince me to buy a bad product. In fact, I will not even listen to you. The only way I can buy a bad product is if I do not know ahead of time. If I know ahead of time, I will not come back and buy. And that's one of the reasons why many people especially people that are into handwork, it's very important that you have credibility and integrity. You cannot build a house on one client. So I give you my laptop to repair. You repair what is faulty, you take away something else so I can come back and meet you. You have just lost me completely because I will not come back. And that's a major problem with many hand workers in Nigeria today. They only think about the current, about the present. They don't think about the future. So good products are easiest to sell. Number four fact, repeat purchase is easier than new sale. Repeat purchase is easier than new sale. It is easier for you to convince a client that has bought from you and satisfied with your service to buy from you again than to convince a new person. So when you have a client base, don't treat them as they have already bought already. Let's look after new people. You are killing your business. That is your market share number one. You should focus on them. We are doing, for people that have funded our projects now, we are doing quarterly stakeholders meeting, starting from this year, every quarter. So this first quarter now, the meeting is going to be in February. It's going to be on Zoom. So everybody that has funded, we are going to give you updates on your project and everything. That is very important because they are the first set of people that even believe in this project. So if we ignore them and say, okay, let us go after the new ones, maybe the new ones are going to bring billions. The ones that are satisfied are easier to convince to buy again or to even refer people. Another fact about sales is that customer satisfaction is a very powerful sales tool. Customer satisfaction is a very powerful sales tool. It is better that you under-promise and you over-deliver. It is better that you under-promise and you under. How many of us were on site 2 weeks ago? How many of us were on site with us 2 weeks ago? How many of us before going to site ever were still doubting the project? It's normal. Now, that particular, each of our site inspection, we don't spend like anything less than 1 million. It is not a cost in your funding. Do you know that your funding is debt that has to be repaid? So your site inspection, whatever, you are meant to pay for it. It's not a part of the cost. But how will somebody be funding a project that we will not see? That's the reason why we could literally have told you come to the office and get your collateral documents, and I will not be blamed for anything. But one of the reasons why we went to site, on site that day, was because we want to show you where your money is being put into. That is part of customer satisfaction. So if they want to go out there and say, that particular organization, I do business with them, I was even on their site. Some people here have been on our 2 sites, the 2 projects that were funded, Ibejuleki and Mowe, and we are currently in Ekpena, where we will be going on inspection again. In fact, we are going to go on inspection before we even close the funding. So some people that will join us on inspection this time around now will not want to have funded first. The last time we went to Mowe, we took 3 coastal buses. 1 coastal bus is how much to rent? So are you with me? So customer satisfaction is a very powerful tool for sales. Customer referrals can eclipse new sales. Another fact. Customer referrals can eclipse new sales. I cannot wait for this year to be over. Why? Many of you just started doing business with us last year, July or August. So some of you, your payout is this year, August. And for those of you that did 18 months, maybe February, right? But we have had people that have been doing business with us. We have an investment club, Cash Gain City, several years ago, and they have been satisfied, 0 default so far. Some of us are here. I can give some people mic to talk. Yes, and that's one of the reasons why it gives us confidence to open our call lines on radio. If we are owing you money, will you open your call lines on radio? So it's very important that we know that. Another fact is that nobody wants to enter one chance. So if you go to the bus stop now and you see a bus, it's just the driver and the conductor, and you see another bus almost filled up, which one will you enter? The one that is almost filled up now, right? So everybody wants to do business with an organization that they see that other people are doing business with them. That's why MMM took a lot of people's money, because everybody was going there. So I actually, since Sandra is there now, just came in all, so I can, and all of us enter the valley of the shadow of death. So it's very important that we know this. I'll stop with this final fact. You don't need to sell your own products to make money. That's a problem that many of us don't understand. You don't need to sell your own products to make money. You can leverage. When we started our organization, and there are several, so yesterday we were having a podcast in the office studio, and the host was asking me a question. He said, when did you start this business? And there's no particular fixed date. Why? Because I started doing real estate sales when I was a staff of that company, even though I was not selling anything. Do you know how difficult it is for a 17-year-old graduate or a 18-year-old graduate to be selling land? Who is in my network? That's what he was talking about today. Who is in my network that can buy land from me? That's the truth. All the people I knew were like my age mates or older than me, all of them are in the labor market looking for where to do PPA. Are those ones are they going to buy land from me? No. So it was difficult for me to sell. The only person that bought land from me was the son of a rich man. He was my classmate, right? And you will see the podcast when it comes out. But I later worked on my network. I started attending programs. Then I stopped talking about my age. You don't know my age. How old am I? You can't know. You can't know. You know, so I stopped talking about the age. I started attending programs that older people attend. I started having friends that are way older than me, right? And that gave me a lot of new network. So when I attend programs like, what's you know, I'm a graduate. No, I'm a chartered accountant. Hey, are you serious? Yes. And then I had beer. I stopped cutting those beers small. So, you know, so it gave a lot of. So you don't need to sell your own products. So just look for a platform, which I will present to some of us today, that you can use, a platform that you can trust, and that can make it easy for you to have good products that you can sell to people, and you can start making money. So how do you turn suspects to raving fans? Number one, suspects are people that at first when they hear you, they don't believe you. And many of us here were suspects. I have had testimonies of people who have listened to us on radio or have come across our social media platforms or some of our events and flyers. I remember when we wanted to launch Cash Gain City, the investment club in 2022. Maybe 2021 then. 2021. Can you imagine? They are even telling me 2021, we gave out the entry ticket was a ₦1 million investment voucher. Yes, it was a ₦1 million investment voucher, and we put a refund policy there. That if you don't see any investment of your, so you come for the event, you will eat dinner or breakfast, dinner buffet. Then you will now choose an investment of your choice worth 1 million. And if you don't see any investment of your choice, we will refund you the entire 1 million. That was 2021. Even with the refund policy, some people were still suspects. Like, we're going to refund you on the spot. So think about, we had about 15 or 16 people there, but I can't really remember the number of people that came. And over 90% of them chose an investment of their choice. But several people heard us on the radio, saw our flyers, different stuffs, and were still suspicious. And have every reason to be. It is your duty as a salesman or as a company to convince your audience. So until you get to a level of your business where you don't need to convince anybody. So John, MC Long John, introduced me to a particular lady. It's part of my lecture, I'm already teaching you. Introduced me to a particular lady that got about ₦8 million commission from sales of property last year, December. And just wanted me to advise her so that she doesn't blow the money. I'd rather you learn from your own mistake. It will pain you well when you learn from your own mistake. I'm telling you, I don't talk too much to people. No, don't concern me. Now, at this stage I am right now. Now you sabi. I'm telling you. So I gave the girl 15 minutes of my time on Zoom. Thank you so much, sir. This is very, very enlightening. You wonder why somebody that sold real estate, made commission of 8 million, did not now invest back in real estate. Can you imagine? That kind of thing, they don't need to teach you anything. It is common sense. Common, but it's not common. So after the entire session now, 15 minutes, she was really excited. I totally forgot about the lady. Fast forward to 6 weeks after. So John saw me on a particular Sunday in service and I said, Sam, that girl where you follow me. I said, which girl? I said, He said that I told the girl that you will never reach out to her. And that's the truth. I will not chat you up here. I won't follow you up again. Because I already told you what you need to do. The information I got now is that the money has turned. You know, Jonathan. But man turned on here. You know. So the money has turned now. And looking for another sale. No, do not sell an asset without replacing it with an asset. So no matter how little it is, if you sell a piece of land, even under distress, go and find another piece of land that is 500. If you sell a piece of land that is worth 20 million for 5 million, go and find another piece of land that is 500,000 and just buy and keep. I'm telling you. Because by the time you will now attend to the distress, after several years, you start thinking, what did I do? But if you have something to fall back on, you would be glad that you did that. So a suspect is someone that will be suspicious of you and be, for those of us that are just entering into real estate and will be entering into real estate sales, expect that at the beginning. is expected. Some of us, after 1 year, we will not sell one land. I'm telling you ahead of time. Consistency will give you the necessary. Imagine that somebody called me now in 2020. Do you know some people bought land from me 2023 and they have known about me since 2015 and 2014? Imagine 2023, I was not consistent. I've turned to spare parts seller. That's what many of us do. We are not consistent with what we are doing. So today we are posting shoe. Tomorrow we are posting hair. Next tomorrow we are posting spare parts. So someone don't even know what they can know you for. You don't have a niche that you are dominating. It's very important that you do that. So how do you turn your suspects to raving fan? Number one, create or leverage on a good product. That's number one. Create or leverage on a good product. So you need to solve your network. So I'm just going to be particular about real estate, right? Because we are doing real estate here. So you need to find out from different brands that you think have, and do your research, please, because it is easy for your name to be stained when it comes to real estate and investments in Nigeria. Not because the company comes out to want to defraud people, but there are some things that you might not see. So imagine you now going to go and buy a vast acre of land in Lagos. Meanwhile, there's a court case on it in Delta State. So how do you want to know that? By the time they finish the court case, they will now come. You have already sold to clients. People have started building on it. So it is easy for your name to be spoiled in investment and real estate in Nigeria. Very, very easy. So create and leverage on a good. Make sure that you are dealing with people of integrity. People that will rather lose money than lose their name. Very important. Number two, understand all you need to know about the product. Don't let your clients or your prospects be enlightening you about your product. I'll be telling you, 600 square meters is not 60 by 120. And you are telling the person that it's 50 by 100. I won't buy land from you again now. I'm asking you what's the difference between a terrace building and a semi-detached. And you're telling me nonsense. How will I buy the apartment from you? How will I buy the house from you? So you must be vast about what you are selling. Not just about that product, about that field. I was talking in the office, lamenting in the office, but I came on radio to come and lament that particular day how I had the opportunity to buy 2 locations. I bought more of Agbowa Ikorodu that time, 2017. This was the approval order I had. This was December 2017. That made me to go and buy Ekpe that time. So this is an approval order. If you like, don't attend this meeting. I already have the one for the next 30 years where you should go and buy. And I will show people that come for that program that day, not here. So how to buy lands in bulk at wholesale price from families, communities, and governments. We have 4 locations in Ekpe. 40 acres, 40 acres, 70 acres, 100 acres. The first 40 acres is what I'm talking to you about. That one we bought like less than 500,000 per acre. An acre is 6 plots. 1 plot there today is worth over 5 million. So when I say you should attend this program, I know what I'm talking about. I will never share it in cooperative meeting. Never. So that cooperators can continue to buy at retail price. Right? But I will share it to a few people at the event. So like I was saying, we had the opportunity to buy 2 locations. So I bought more of Agbowa Ikorodu because it had a few more landmarks than what Ekpe had. As at that time, there was no proposed international airport yet. It was just the news that was brewing under the whatever. So we're not really sure. And Nigeria can just say something. They have said 4 million bridges. How many years? Now we never say anything. So, right. So I bought Agbowa now, a few acres there. And that price has been a bit stagnant since that time. The value has been a bit stagnant since that time. Meanwhile, Ekpe that we bought a few acres has shot up. So I was lamenting in the office. And I came on radio, not that I lamenting, I was just, I hope you know what I mean by lamenting. I was just talking about it in the office, right? And our legal intern, she has gone to law school now. Because she watches news. I've never seen a young girl watch AIT news channels. Even me, I don't watch those kind of news. No, she was watching news and they announced the plan to start Fort Mainland Bridge sometime this year. April this year, right? So she sent me that news on IG. Say, your Ikorodu dynasty is almost mature, you know. I was so excited, like, nice. So what I was lamenting about before is about to become gold. Immediately, a lot of people started chatting me up on my DM. Say, sir, can I have one plot? You cannot have one plot, my brother. You can't have one plot, my sister. Do you know how many years I've been waiting for this thing? I will wait and I will milk it dry. So let them start the bridge. I will sell maybe 1 acre at a price. I will keep remaining again. When they finish the bridge, we'll now start talking conversation. So if you have an opportunity to get your own piece of land at a good price, please do that. But you need to understand all you need to know about your product. Number 3, how to convert suspects to raving fans. Be able to present your product as a need, not a want. Now let me tell you something. The only things that man need to survive on earth is hair, food, maybe shelter. You don't even need clothes. Is that you know one naked? Is the dog wearing clothes? Is the dog not alive? The dog only needs what? Food. And maybe where to go and put his head to sleep. So the true need of man is not plenty. The artificial need is what is plenty. So now they have made data a need for you. Data is now a need. They have packaged it in such a way whereby you cannot do without it. So you need to package your product in such a way whereby people cannot do without it. Are you following me? Now, these particular principles can help your business. It's not just about you selling real estate. Selling whatever it is that you are selling. When I was in school, I used to sell sneakers. And the way I package the sneakers is like, if you don't own a sneakers, you are not existing. One of the biggest mistakes of my life is after school, I packed all my business up, and I came down to Lagos looking for a white-collar job. Meanwhile, the school business was making me millions that time. You know, I would have just maybe put somebody in charge, you know, all those FYB printing, final year printing of Jersey and co. Imagine you printing. Student environment is one of the environments you can make money from. They are a consuming environment. So if you can go to a student environment as a student and have a production mentality, you will make millions. Students are always consuming. They are always buying, because they are not usually the primary customer. So the first land I ever bought was by mistake. Today, that land already has an hostel on it. Right? And the hostel is a 1 million naira hostel. I don't care. The facilities there is enough for me to charge 1 million naira. Why? I'm not expecting only the student to pay. The students are the primary consumer, but they're not the primary customer. Any student that can pay is a customer and a consumer. But largely, their parents is the customer. Are you following me? The parents is the one that will pay. And for people that have rich uncles or rich aunties or rich boyfriends and rich girlfriends, they will pay. Are you with me? So it's very important that you convert that product into a need. So the way we packaged that product was that we looked around different hostels in the vicinity and found out that they don't have some of these features. So we attached those features to it and campaigned around the school, campaigned around schools there. People started bidding to own apartments. Are you with me? There's a particular guy that built something here. If you are turning into the estate now, on the right, they finished building it and they locked up the gates. I say, well, sure. Why? Since the time he locked up the gates, people are going to go and be knocking the gates. So now he's having an idea of the price he can charge for his apartments in this area. So he's collecting their number. I will get back to you. Apartment also. So you package it in such a way where it's a need. People will see that they cannot do without it. Many of us cannot do without DSTV now. where they were playing match and the DSTV put off the TV when they wanted to lose penalty and everybody wanted to faint. You are refreshing your DSTV page, you are refreshing your phone because you want to see how South Africa lost the penalty. That has become a need for us. Number 4, have a channel to constantly fill your suspect and prospect pool. I will explain this one. Have a channel to constantly fill your suspect and prospect. Let me use football as an example. So, the Nigerian national team, the Super Eagles, is not under 23, it's not under 17. So anybody from any age can play in that team. Anybody from any league can play in that team, right? They have what they call a pool of players. It is from that pool of players that they will now shortlist their 25-man list before they now shortlist their 23-man list. Now look at this guy, Boniface. He was meant to make the AFCON, right? But he got injured. They now had to go back to the pool of players to go and pick Murphy, that later scored the first penalty. Now, that pool of players, they constantly fill it with players that are playing in Nigeria and players that are playing abroad. Now, you as a salesperson, you must have a pool of prospective clients. And that pool of prospective clients must always be filled up constantly. So where do you get that pool from? Where do you get those clients from? Is now your own ingenuity. So for example now, we as a cooperative, we have radio, where we mention the website, people go there and go and register. That is our pool. We have events. So this particular event now, this one is a paid event. We'll do a free event. We'll gather 200 people, 300 people. That's another pool. They are already in our database. You must data is life when it comes to sales. You must constantly fill your data. Are we good? Yes. Online, are we good? So, we are good, Abi. Let's move it. Okay. So, we must constantly fill our pool. So for example now, we are starting a podcast in our studio here, and in the next 2 years, it's going to be one of the most talked about podcasts. That's another pool. That's another pool. You see many people doing content creation on social media, right? And after the content creation, they show you a survey. You put in your data. That's a pool. So you must get data. So you can start doing your own financial summits on Zoom every Friday. Join me every Friday for financial wisdom with Olu Kingsley. You know, every Friday, just be consistent with it. As people are coming on board, they register for your Zoom meeting. That's a pool already. You are filling your pool already. So you must be doing something that will constantly be bringing people into your channel. Number 5, be consistent with your channel. Be consistent with your channel. You are going to be able to help me zoom into the board so that the people online can see what I want to draw now. So we'll take it to practical now. Now, for those of us that have been with me for a while, you will have seen this before. And because there's really absolutely nothing really new under the sun. If it is new, that means it happened in the decades when you were not born. Literally, there's probably nothing new under the sun. So, I want to show you something that some of you will have learned before, but can help you today. So, this is your pool. Right? In your pool, you move to suspects. From your suspects, you move to prospects. Now, those of you that are going to be doing refer and earn, this will be very useful for you. From your prospects, you move to customer. From your customer, you move to client. From your clients, you move to Raven Fan. Because of time, I didn't mention everything. But if you follow those principles that I mentioned, you have a good product. So it's your good product that you advertise to your pool. Your product should not. Now let me give you one trick. Your product necessarily should not be that people should come and buy something from you. So if I go on radio now and say I want to give 100,000 naira business grants every month, it is to get people to listen to the show. I use 100,000 naira to buy 100,000 people's time. It's not, I can do 500,000 a month. I use 100,000 naira to buy a lot of people's time to listen to the show. Are you with me? When they are listening to the show, I now give them value in terms of financial education. That is what I'm selling. At the end of the value giving, I'll tell you that this particular program is sponsored by fundrealestate.ng. You now go on the platform and go and register to become a cooperative member. You do that because you are in a good mood with me. You feel good about what I've just done. I've touched the emotional part. I have touched the intellectual part. The emotional part in terms of giving to the less privileged or giving to people that need money. The intellectual part by telling you something that makes sense. How many of you feel like we make sense already? We don't make sense. So if I'm just attending to the emotional part and what I'm saying is nonsense, you will not listen next time now. What we're dealing with this particular last month is family finance. I'm a financial consultant, right? I consult for different people. And I must say, in 2024, please prioritize that. Prioritize having or becoming your... The last 2 years, we did a series, Marriott, 4 Points by Sheraton, become your own financial coach. Because you need to become your own financial coach. I don't know how many of us were in that program. You are in that program. Very important. So as a financial coach, you should know how to steer your family into the right place. Family finance is one of the major issues of divorce in Nigeria today. And many of them, when they now japa, they now see that there's a twist in balance of power from men to women abroad. Then your ego now starts getting bruised. You're not the woman of the house, not the man of the house. So let's go back to where we are being serious. I'm just joking. So your suspects are people that hear you for the first time, but they really don't do anything about it. For this kind of thing, you need consistency. So for suspects, you largely might not have them on your database, but if they come on your database, you call them, they will not pick. Right? So you have to create an Excel sheet. And for those of us that don't know how to use Excel, have a paper, a book, and divide it like this. So in your book, you can have... I thought this stuff was working. In your book, you have your suspect list here, your prospect list here, your customer, your client, and your fan. Now, I must let you know that some people don't follow this process. So some people cannot become customers straight once they hear you. Some people can become customers straight once they hear you. But largely, especially in a system like Nigeria, when you are dealing with investments and real estate products, they follow this process. Because everybody wants to be very careful. How many of us here have lost money in investment or land? You have bought land before you lost. You have lost, Abi. You have lost, Abi. Is it land or investment? Investment. Land and investment. So what buy you know what? Wow. This must be very long ago, sir. Recently. 2002. Jesus, what location? Is it in the Ikorodu town now? Wow. It is well, though. So let's say, what's your name, sir? Mr. Victor. Are you Victor Osimhen? His name is Victor Osimhen. He flew down here to attend cooperative meeting. He's going back tomorrow for the final. Don't worry. He has to disguise himself. So, Mr. Victor, you heard us on radio, and you started as a suspect. 2 years consistently on radio, you did not do anything with us. Until maybe we said something that struck your chord. You now registered for our events. Our customer relations team in this particular company, we know they do for anybody. We will send you message, bomba. We will send you message, and we are not sorry. We are not sorry. You must get information. WhatsApp, email, SMS, call. We have weekly budgets for it. We have weekly budgets for it. So once we see that Victor has entered our database, but he's not been picking, and your last known remark is written on the system. Once they call you, the last thing that you said is written on the laptop. So that the next person that comes in the next day, if it's not the same person, can check it and continue from there. So we say that Mr. Victor's countenance was not really good. He remains as a suspect. But if Mr. Victor says, I will attend at your event, I must attend at your event next time, he becomes a prospect. We move him from suspect list to prospect on the laptop. So now this is not in your brain. This is a problem that we have in Nigeria. Your New Year resolution is in your head. You do not write it down. You are not actively working on it. So on the system, we move it to prospects. I don't know if people there can see me. You are saying, Abi? Okay, so now once Victor pays for an event or buys a product, even if it is 200,000 naira minimum funding, he becomes a client. So we have removed your name from suspect list and prospect list to customer list. So first-time clients, first-time customer, first-time client is a customer. A customer that buys again becomes a client. At the beginning of the report, I showed you refunders, right? 11 refunders out of 42 people. This is what we're talking about. So now Victor is pleased with our service, right? And we have delivered on our promise. He now goes and brings, sir, what's your name? Mr. Edet. Victor Edet /Edet. Once Victor brings another person, he becomes a raving fan. Do you understand? Now, if you apply this to your business, even if you are a proprietor in a school, you own a school, right? The first family that came was Mr. Victor family, and they have 5 children, and they brought only one to your school. He came for maybe all those, what they call this, before they resume in September. That holiday, summer lesson. They came for the summer lesson to come and test on your school. They brought 5 children. And now, because you don't keep data, you don't see that their surnames are the same. Then they now resume. Only one votes common entrance. That's an error. And you did not find out what the problem is. Are you with me? So you had 5 prospective students, only 1 customer. So this particular database, having this particular database on your system, on your laptop, your phone, or your paper, your book, will help you get the right information and help you move these people from prospect and so on. So if you apply those things I mentioned, you have a good product, you are consistent with it, they will move by themselves. There are many WhatsApp messages that we receive during the course of the weeks. Some of them are just WhatsApp messages they have still not patronized. But we are grateful for it. They are good remarks. Sam, you have been consistent with this for 5 years. Yeah. There's money inside. Will you leave what is bringing you money? There's money inside. You will not leave it. So, one person, now, if that particular family, after like 1 term, with one of their wards, see that the ward is doing good, has improved in mathematics, improved in English from the previous school that it was, they are not going to tell them before they carry 3 of their children to come and join their sibling. My elder brother and my elder sister and me, we went to the same secondary school. All of us went to the same university. All of us. And it's one by one. My elder brother is first. He used 1 year to senior my elder sister. My elder sister used 1 year to senior me. Then me, I used 3 years to senior the last one. So the first one went to my secondary school. He was doing well. They moved my elder sister from one secondary school. They moved her there. Then now me, my own story was even a bit funny, you know. I was going to primary school, primary 5. And I saw my classmate. I was in primary 5 in secondary school where I went to go and drop my elder sister. I said, lie, I don't go agree. You can never be my senior. So I wrote common entrance. And God bless that boy today. You know, if not for him now, I'll probably still be in the, you know. So this is how you can convert your suspect to raving fan. Any question here before I go into what we were talking about before Mr. Francis came up? Any question here? Okay, so I would like to do the product session. David Tibe, are we good for the product session? So remember that we were not able to complete the cooperative meeting. We'll do that after this refer and end workshop. We'll complete that. Just a few updates. On March 9th, I'll be hosting Dr. Oladipo Clements, who is my direct mentor, and Tade Cash at Lagos Marriott, Ikeja, Lagos, the Ikeja GRA. Now, one of the reasons why, please bring the invite and bring the flyer for the product. Both of them, Mowe and Ekpe. So the Mowe will need the back. So one of the reasons why we are holding this program is because I see a lot of challenges when it comes to real estate. And because of the fact that I operate in so there are 4 ways you can be in real estate. You can operate as an investor. You can operate as a consultant or a realtor like what we are doing today. You can operate as a developer or a practitioner, that's a government. So the Commissioner of Works, Minister of Works, those are government parastatal people, and they're also operating in real estate, right? Now today, Ekpe is now in Zone C in Lagos. Before we had only 3 zones: Zone A, Zone B, Zone C. Now this year we now have 5 zones to Zone E. They have now put Ekpe, that used to be in the last zone, in Zone C. Why? We have a lot of people. We have a lot of people that have started buying properties there, and they have gone to go and be doing survey. So the government has seen people that are coming towards that access to come and do survey. Everybody wants to make money now. So they made Ekpe Zone C. Now the survey price of Ekpe has now gone up. Right? So that's one of the things that happens when people are going to a particular location. So this particular event is going to be an eye-opener for many of us that are already doing well. So if you're already doing well for yourself and you want to start creating your own real estate empire, you are hearing 40 acres today, you are hearing several acres. Many of us were in Mowe Town. Mowe Town is selling for 10 million per plot. Thank God that we were there live. I bought there, personally, 18 million for 1 acre. They have already 18 million, now I buy 1 acre, that's 3 million per plot. This was just 2020. And I did not buy one. That's why you saw Cash Gain City investments in Mowe Town, 48 million. It's not just now that we did it. Right? So that's that. So I bought like 2.5 acres then. And today we have bought much more than that. So I want to show you how you can do that. And Dr. Clement will be talking about real estate business challenges in Nigeria today. Real estate business challenges in Nigeria. Why I chose him to speak about that topic is because I know about a particular project that they embarked on, and the variation that came after they have sold off plan was over 500 million. And they did not transfer the cost to the customers. They incurred the liability. So imagine you, sir, you subscribe to a product. They told you that it was 25 million naira or 30 million naira for a 2-bedroom apartment. Then we now go on COVID break. COVID was a break now, right? We go on COVID break for 6 or 7 months. You come back after COVID break, the prices of materials have changed, skyrocketed. Exchange rate has hit different from 350 to 1,000 something. Now, apparently, obviously, you already know that your 30 million naira cannot complete your unit. You already know that it cannot complete your unit. It has now increased from 30 million to 50 million. Are you seeing the challenge now? Those of you that want to go into real estate development, may the Lord be with you. May the force be with you. So, he's going to be speaking about real estate business challenges in Nigeria today, and he's going to be talking about a bonus session, how you can buy land at wholesale price. These are people that have well over something estates all over the country. So, there's a lot of results there. Tade Cash will be talking about real estate investment challenges in Nigeria today. Now, you can do real estate investment without doing the business, but you cannot do the business without doing the investment. Did you get what I mean? You can do real estate investments without doing the business. So many of us that are just funding projects, you are just doing the investment. You are not doing the business. But you cannot do the business without doing the investment. So if you are doing the business, you will be buying assets. That's an investment already. So he's going to be talking about real estate investment challenges in Nigeria today. The reason why we put that today is this, for you to know that it is updated, current. Then I will be talking about real estate investments and business opportunities. So me, I don't like Wahala and tell me. I like opportunities. So real estate business and investment opportunities in Nigeria today. Then my bonus session will be strategies for financing your next real estate investment. So I'm going to be giving out, so it's 200,000 naira, that's less than $200. And we have an invitation letter for those of us that want to be a part of it. So for anybody that takes this brochure, I'm going to be giving out 25% discount. So instead of paying 200,000 naira, you'll be paying 150,000 naira. There are a few people that I wanted to give this in by force today. I cannot see their faces. So you are going to go to their office. You must collect one, Abi. Good. What's your name? Call me Babson. Call me Babson. Imabong. Please give Mr. Eddie this one. Mr. Eddie, you must attend this event. Yeah. You must attend. Give him one. Eddie Godaro, write his name for the event. Yes, he's attending. Is it that you attend, or you send your wife, or you send your staff, anybody? Bring another one. Get his name and give him his own file. So by the end of this week, I want to know how many people are attending so that we can either book a bigger hall or we have a reserved hall. Yes. Yeah, that one has gone. People are taking advantage of that. Yeah, people are taking advantage of that. So 100,000 naira is no longer a discount. All right, so let's wrap up with that. Please kindly log into the website. Kindly log into the website. The people that we have given, take their name, Mr. Eddie and his name. So whoever is representing Mr. Eddie, let the person, you should write the person's name. Log into the website. I want to show them the refer and earn so that they can be able to start making commissions on their stuff. For land, so largely, fund real estate provides you an opportunity for you to fund projects under your terms and conditions, right? So you can let your clients know that they have the liberty to choose their terms of funding, and they also get collateral security after funding. So once you are funded, you get landed collateral that you hold in trust till the maturity of your funding. Are you with me? So I want to show you how you can use your own unique link. So everything is digitized. You don't need to be stressing yourself. You can drop that one. Give the flyer is what we need now. How you can use your own. Are we there, please? Okay. So how you can use your own unique link to do that. So, but let's share the flyer. Let me talk about the product. We can put the flyer online for people to see. This is Mobile. I want a Ekpe, please. Okay, have it. So if you are in Mowe, you can see that this is the gatehouse that was. So this is the Ekpe gatehouse. The Mowe gatehouse alone is 60-something million naira for only gatehouse. So this is Ekpe. This is how the gatehouse will be in all the 4 locations. Are you with me? So you can fund the Paradise by Almond Ekpe. Let's look at our flyers together. Fund the Paradise by Almond Ekpe and win exciting prizes. We are going to be giving out a few prizes today. So let them get the washing machine, the phones, the ampers. Let them get it and bring it somewhere here so that I can present that to the people. Whoever does not take his gift home tonight, I, Sam Ogija, shall collect. Until law. Somebody's looking at me with with bad eye. I need some new because I have shortlet apartment and I need. This is the dashboard. I mean, log into a normal account. Log into a normal account so that you can use it. So from as low as 200,000 naira, you can fund this project. So we're not going to tell you what the interest is, what the duration is. That's for you to go on the platform to go and negotiate, right? But the minimum amount you can fund with is 200,000 naira, and the website is fundrealestate.ng. Now, if you go to the back of your page, we are running a promo throughout this project, but this particular promo is strictly for people that are patient. So since you have the liberty to fund at your own T&C, go ahead and do that. But for people that fund with a minimum of 500,000 now and are funding for 24 months, why we are doing 24 months is because this is Ekpe. So once we go to the site now, you will see why we are saying 24 months. Within 2 years now, we will change the entire landscape in that particular location. But currently right now, it's still a virgin land, and there are lots of development that needs to be done, right? Largely, when you fund now, for example, developer puts your money on the project, lifts the value, and resell at a profit and pay you your money back. That's largely how it works, right? So that one of the reasons why they are saying they are rewarding for people that do 2 years, because within 2 years, they can sell times 10 the value of what the land is today. But for those of us that are funding within 1 year, you can still get return, but it cannot be as high as people that are patient for 2 years. Do you understand? So from the price list, you can see, maybe we should put up the price list for the people to see online. For the price list, the back page, yes, they are seeing it, Abi? Good. All right, so within from 500,000 to 900,000 now, there's no more ampao. You know, the funny thing was that we had to go and check the prices of goods outside. And I'm like, I hope people Makuba wow. Are you people don't know anything? You don't say anything. You are seeing it on your plan. My God, you people are not good. You know that the price of the washing machine has gone up and you not say anything. It's not fair. Oh. It's not fair. So, okay. So now we are doing business now. 500,000 to 900,000 rechargeable fund. So depending on how much you pay, we'll give you the kind of rechargeable fund that you get. 1 million is now a vacuum cleaner and a mini soundbar. 1.5 is a Samsung Galaxy phone. 2 million is now a washing machine. It was previously 1.5 before. No, it doesn't have duration. Why stock lasts? So if stock don't finish, it don't last with that. Okay. If you say so. 4 million is a 3 kVA generator. 5 to 6 million, we have a 2 horsepower air conditioner. 7 to 8 million, we have a graphics laptop. 9 to 11 million, a smart TV. 12 to 15, iPhone. 16 to 20, iPhone 13, 21, iPad. 31, a smart refrigerator. 40 to 50 million, a MacBook. 51 to 69, a paid vacation to South Africa. 70 to 90 million, 3. It's the one that we can get your visa ready. Dubai now, no visa for you. It was usually, Dubai is easiest to do. But since they closed their border now, it's been a problem. Except you have a different passport. 70 to 90 million, a 300 to 600 square meter plot of land. Then 91 to 100 million, a car. Thank God we did not put Benz there. By the time we put the jackpot for you, it's a car. Don't worry, trust us that it's going to be a good car for you too. So you don't need to even buy a car. You can fund and you can win. Can we go to the website now? So I want to show you how you can do that for those of you that are just joining for the first time. How you can refer people to Hen. Oh, we have a question. Yeah, the discount is for people that, for everybody, those of you that are online. So Mr. Oluwa Shayo Ajayi, Babson, take note of his name, reach out to him later. Please attend this event. No problem. 12 months time, by the time some people in the corporation are telling you, I own 6 acres of land, and they have not fully paid. You think it's by paying once? Okay, you think that the 100 acres we just bought have paid everything? They play. Don't worry now. So attend the event, though. Don't say, because honestly speaking, there is no figure in the 200,000 naira that is a profit to the organization. None. The hall alone is 1.something million. Your buffet that you are going to eat is 18.5 per head. Each of those speakers now, to book them for 1 hour, is like 5 million. Now tell me, what is the 200,000 naira that you are paying? Me, I don't do public. I'm not a public speaker. I'm a private speaker. So if you cannot. I'm a private. Thank you. I'm a private speaker. You cannot see me outside speaking at other people's events. Not because I'm proud. It's because I want to grow my own internal people first. That's the truth. And if you want to call me outside, the guy that is bringing me to Port Harcourt next week, from the airport, there's e-locks at the front, e-locks at the back, e-locks with me. I won't say anything about that. I won't say, I will go and I will come back safely, but there's security on ground. The hotel is going to be massive. So, you know, to carry me come to work on your events, it's not easy. So imagine the fee that we are putting together to get all this done. Then publicity. One radio advert, in a month, we spend millions on radio. Millions. So if we are doing that and we are asking you to attend an event, just know that the event is worth it. So the website, please. Let's go to the website. Log in. What do you need? Okay, so we are good to go. All right, so please, those of us online, you can get the discounts. Just chat the number up, and they'll give you the 25% discount. Now, if you are also coming with your wife, please, it's very important that you are not more knowledgeable than your spouse when it comes to finance. It's very important that you are not more knowledgeable by your spouse, because you learn all this things and go home and somebody will bring you back to their level. I'm telling you. That's why it's very good for you to be drinking from the same place, be eating from the same place. Even spiritually too is very important. Okay, so let's go to the website and see how you can use your link to do that. So on your website, how many of us don't know how to use the website? We already know how to use it, right? Okay, so for people online, do we have any question about how to use the website? Because I only want to focus on the refer and earn. So you can see that on your dashboard, you can see the refer and earn here. So click on it. So if you want to refer somebody now, you have the flyer. The person has seen the flyer. So take as many flyers as you want, physical copy. The online copy will be sent to the group. If you are not on the WhatsApp group, chat the WhatsApp number. Let them send you the link to join the group. Okay? You're not on the group, sir. Get Babson inside here, please. Babson. I beg. They know their group. Please add them to the group. Get their names. Add them to the WhatsApp group. So once you have clicked on this, scroll down. Scroll down. This is your referral code, right? But copy the link. Click on copy link. Now that link has been copied. So all you have to do is you can attach that link to your WhatsApp chat that you are going to send to your clients with this flyer that is there, and put it on, register via this link. What happens is that go to a new tab and paste the link. So paste the link there. Yes, paste. Then click on it. Let's go. Enter. So it takes them to the sign up page. So scroll down. They input their name, everything. You were referred by John Ojet. Where is John? Long his account that we are using to do Teten and do practice. So you were referred by John Ojetunde. So Chinyere, if you use your link to send to somebody, it should show that you were referred by Chinyere. So you don't need to be doing too much gymnastics. We at the back end, we already see that you are the one that referred the person. Do you understand? So that's the way it works. Okay? Now show me the flyer for land. For land. Yeah, I'm done with this. So once I'm done with that, I will not tell you how to calculate your commission, how to make your first million. Yes.
Sorry,
yes.
don't go through my
Website itself. You send the office a message. Send the office a message that you have a client so name that has registered via this from the straight, because we will not know. To us now, that is the office say. And one thing with office commission is that it's always good for us. It's not office, or if it's not office, nobody will collect the commission. We'll put that back in operation or marketing. You know, so, but.
and also, if you can ask, how did you get to know?
The problem is that a lot of people like that, when they come into the platform and register, we usually do onboarding for them every Saturday. So if you register as a new user, now I showed you how many users we currently have. If you register as a new user now, we have to onboard you and let you know the rules and regulations of the society, and also how to use the platform, what to stand to gain. More often than not, there are many, right? So some of them will say they heard it on radio, or one thing. So it's always good for you that you are following up a particular client. If you have followed this particular process or prospects, you will know them on your list, right? Then you can reach out to the office. This so person, or this is so person I'm working on. If in case the person registers, send the name to the office in case that you are working on this particular prospect, or in case the person registers, so that we can know. But largely, try and make sure that they use your link to register, so that we can just see from the back end that you are the one that invited them to it. So show me the land flyer. Do you have the new one, or is the old one? Okay, good. All right, so we are selling a few plots of land in Mowe Town and in Ekpe. Let's remove this stuff. But like I've told people severally, me in my own company, you shall never buy land from me and not do something on your land. Never. That's one of the reasons why we are only selling first plot, and it is outright only. Outright only. Because there are lots of issues. How many of us were on social media? I saw one guy that was displaying on social media some weeks ago. Now, you saw that video. You did not see the video of him apologizing. Did you see the video of him apologizing? You did not see it. Well, he has gone ahead to tarnish the image of the particular organization until the Lagos State governor stepped in. Now, the person did not pay 40 million. Didn't pay 40 million for the land. He's even still owing the organization money. Now, like I've said countlessly, and different companies have called me from radio that I'm trying to spoil business for them, and I will spoil it. My own duty is to say the truth. I don't care whether people like it or not. There are 5 stages for you to buy land in Nigeria today. If the stage increase, I will let you know. But today, in Nigeria today, there are 5 stages. Number 1 is search. I was mentioning that how do you know whether a particular land is having court case in another state? Search is number 1 stuff. If you are buying from a real estate company, they should have done that due diligence for you. But if you are buying from a primary market, that means you are going directly to buy from families, community, or from the government themselves. Especially governments. Because you know that Nigerian government don't have record keeping. They will say something to you with CFO. You come back next week, they say there's no CFO. Don't worry. By the time we come for this event, we will dissect some things for you guys. Your brain will start working on that level. So that's the first level. Number 2 is inspection. You need to be physically present on the site, or you need to have your surveyor or your lawyer present on the site, somebody whose judgment you can trust if you are not available. So if you are listening to me abroad, online, you must be present on the site, or somebody must be present on your behalf. That's number 2. Number 3 is paying for land costs. This is where many of us stop. People here, your land is on demurrage. If you have bought land, all those people must have finished the entire stages. You cannot pay for only land costs and say you have bought land. You don't go on to go and buy a car from the US and it gets to the port and don't pay for the clearance and say you've bought car. You just ship car, You ship car from the US to Nigeria, it's still staying inside the port. Demurrage is on demurrage waiting for you to come and clear your car. Then when you now finish clearing the car, you will pay for a vehicle license. So what gives you the right to say you have bought land when it's just land costs you have paid for? You only paid for the piece. You have not paid for access into the land. So if you are buying from a secondary market, they will ask you to pay for development levy. If you are buying from primary markets, you will not pay for development. You will be the one that will bring development by yourself. Omonile will not do road for you. Omonile will do. They'll just tell you this is where your land starts from. That's when every your parent be told to end in here. So family wala. That's the truth. If you cross that boundary, you shall see things. You know? So development levy, when the company asks you to pay for the development levies for the development that are coming to that particular location. You want street lights in your estate, or you want to buy land in an estate where you don't have lights. So development levy is a documentation. That's the 4th one, number 4. So development levy is if you are buying from a secondary market. Number 4 is documentation. And this is with the government. Now you must be very careful. Make sure that they give you red copy survey, not stamped survey. A particular client or a friend of mine, God saved me last week. God saved me. Never again will I try that kind of nonsense. Me. I went to go and enter speed canoe. They told me it was speed boat. I got there, it was speed canoe. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. I was just thinking about people's investments. What did Jesus? I'm supposed to hear this for the first time. Don't worry, I will just see you later. From the beginning of the ride to the end of the ride, I was just saying, I don't care who's in the boat. God is in control. God is in control. I was saying that to how did you enter that day? Oh my God. The thing now stopped in the middle of the ocean. Around to 8 p.m. Around to 8 p.m. There's no other boats on the water. Yeah, just say no. And the life jacket they gave me was a dead jacket. You are better off not wearing that jacket than wearing it. Ah, my God. They drew that thing 10 times, it did not start. But never again will I do that kind of nonsense. If you have learned, you learn by your experience. So don't be statistics. So like I was saying, documentation is number 4. So the first thing you need to start with, you must have a receipt. If it's from a primary market, have the family receipt. If you are buying a family land, you are dealing with the head of the family and every other person. How many children do they have? If you are buying a community land, you are dealing with head of community and every other stakeholder in that community. That's one of the reasons why people avoid buying from primary market. They buy from secondary market. If you are buying from secondary market, the office must give you a receipt. Then the office must have a general survey of the site. You will now do your own individual survey that the government must stamp, must sign, and you must have a red copy. That's documentation. And like I was saying, Ekpe is now zone C. Ekpe that used to be survey of 350,000 naira about now is about 700 and 800,000 naira for anything less than 600 square meter or 700 square meter. They are doing 750 now. So that's the 4th one. The 5th one is what they call POP: possession, occupation, and protection. You must possess your land, occupy your land, and protect it. Land is not a book that you buy here and take away. So we went to go and buy Mr. somebody's phone yesterday. You collect the phone today now. When we bought the phone, we did not leave the phone there. We took it away. Right? But if you buy land, sir, the land that you bought, I think you could take it away, sir. They will not collect it from you. 5 plots. My God. I'm just imagining how much it was now, how much it is now. Jesus Christ. So, possession, occupation, and protection. So, to possess your land, you must do something on it. That's why we are selling fence plots. So, it's either you do fence or you do foundation. Then, to occupy your land, you must constantly come and clear it. So, if it's in a place where that the bush always rises very fast, at least every 3 months, come and clear your plot, or come and start farming on it, or put a security man there, or put a organizer there. Something must be going on, because it's difficult for someone to encroach on a land that is being occupied. Then protection, you must periodically go and visit your land. Periodically. So anytime I'm in that Ekpe axis, I make sure that I comb the entire area for all the places that we have. Ekpe, Bejuleki, Bramade, Sonya, everywhere that we have, the Lakwe, we comb everywhere. We just come on and Erasa. Baoni. That's it. You will clear, you will comb. I'm going to PH now, we'll comb the PH. Some of us bought Expo stock, Alpha and Port Harcourt. It's not audio, you will see the picture now. Right? So, before the gate, how many of us heard of that Geregu power plant that Elumelu and one other guy were fighting for? So that particular power plant, before it became a major power plant, some of us are going to go and buy land close to it. So it's part of when you have things like this, it gives you guide. So not just for Lagos State, Abuja, Port Harcourt. I don't have for the north, core north, because I'm not really sure yet where we are heading. But literally, it's very important for you to know where development is going to come to. You go there and wait for it. That's how you can become a multi-millionaire. Just closing your eyes. All right, so have you taken a picture away? So we are only selling first plots in Mowe town and in Ekpe. So if you are interested, if you have anybody that is interested, let them buy fence plots, and it is outright, no instrumental payment. Now let me tell you something. Anybody that is selling that you can be buying land 20,000 naira per month. I say it with all boldness. Nobody can come and slap me here. I will say it in our radar meeting. I will say it in our real estate developers conference. I will say it. Stop selling land 20,000 naira, 50,000 naira per. You are giving yourself problem. You are giving the clients problem. Any client that is paying 50,000 naira for a land for 2 years, when will the person have money to do possession and occupation? So there's a lot of, calm down. There's a lot of oversubscription issues in lands like that. A lot of oversubscription issues. Because they know that it's either you don't finish paying or you will never come and take possession. If every client of every real estate company comes today and say they want to take their land, voila will happen. Just like if every bank user go to any bank today, if all of us that are using GT Bank storm the bank today and say, I want our money today, they cannot give you. They cannot give everybody their money. Because everything don't go like this. Shuffling. That's why when you want to go and collect some amount of money, they'll tell you network issue. What network issue, my brother? If you want to deposit it, there is no network issue. I hope you understand what I'm talking about. So there is no oversubscription issues here. You are buying a fence plot. Who is going to oversubscribe that one? You are literally, your name is literally on that fence. Right? So nobody wants to even come and buy a fence plot. They want, who is the owner of the land? So to avoid all this kind of nonsense and to avoid people coming on social media and come and be embarrassing a particular organization, I'm not going to take that kind of nonsense. Just come and buy a fence plot. These particular figures, scroll down, scroll up a bit. Yeah, good. 5.5 million, 300 square meter. It covers for every cost. And that's why we are saying outright. Because if you say you should be paying instrumentally, the price of cement can go up before you finish paying. the price of whatever it is, block can go up. So if you pay outright, come and collect your land outright. Simple and short. For 600 square meters, 7.5 million. Now, this same expense, some people are selling their land 5.5 million naira. No documentation on it. No fence on it. So this is a good deal for many of us. Mowe Town that we were at, if you pay 300 for 300 square meters, you pay 6.5 million, you get your fence plot. 5 to 7 coaches of blocks. Please note that. It's getting there. Then it's not because some people are already seeing their fence like this. Your fence is not like this, so 5 to 7 coaches of block round. Then for Mowe Town, 11.5 million for a 600 square meter. So for those of us that are selling land, your commission is 10%. 10%. So no, leave it at the, because I want to do the calculation for some people now. %10 is your commission. For land. So let's take, for example, you sell 5.5 million naira worth of land. It means that your commission is 550,000 naira. Now, if you are earning this passively, let's say it's one plot you sell per month, will it help your finances or not? So are you seeing why refer and earn is a very good? Now with your link, you can do that. Are you with me? So this particular one is on clients.cashgain.ng, not fund real estate, for land. I will still show us that for many of us that did Expo, Real Estate Expo, many of us did Real Estate Expo, yeah. So that particular website for Expo is what we use to sell land. So from today now, by the end of today, this particular product, these two, clients.cashgain.ng. So you cannot register there. We have to send you referral link to register. So if you are interested in selling land, just chat us up. We'll send you the referral link and you do that. For 7.5 million, it means that you just have to sell. For 7.5 million, it's 750K. For the one of 6.5. So now, and for the one of 11.5, it was 1.15 million. So now, from this kind of thing, you look at your bukata on the table at the moment now and say, okay, I have a 10 million naira debt, or I have a 10 million naira obligation in next. Some of us have school fees to pay. Some of us have some things to pay, right? So how many land do I need to sell to get that particular money that I need? And for some of us, it is an investment that we want to do. Say this year, I want to invest 20 million naira in real estate, but I don't want to use my own money. So it just means that you have to raise 20 million naira by selling real estate to people. And we have already taught you how to turn your network into your net worth. We have already told you how to change suspects to raving fans. Just apply those principles and consistently attend meeting. The Refer and Earn workshop is every month now. It's not going to be on physically. This is the first physical edition, and the next subsequent one will be online. So if you are in the cooperative group, you'll be getting all this information, and several things will be talked about. Next month now, we'll talk about land titles and documentation. Do you know that CFO is not the best land title in Nigeria? Are you aware of that? Yes, it's the Bukobi. Thank you, sir. So you go and buy a land that has CFO, but the CFO has expired. I'm not even talking about 99 years. On that CFO, how many of us read CFO? The government will literally give you, especially Lagos, will give you 2 years to develop on that land. So you now go and buy land from somebody that has not developed on his land for 5 years after getting the CFO. You now want to go and collect building permits from the same Lagos state government. Many of us are looking at me with I've opened your eye to something, have you? It's good. That's what you get for coming for events like this. So there are many things that we don't know. So by the time you constantly attend the Refer and Earn workshop, you'll be enlightened about different kind of things. Land sizes, there's nothing like a plot of land. It's a piece of land. In the United States, they sell any kind of square meter. You will just see 323, 482. Just Google it on your phone. Land in Texas. You can even see the owner of the land. The picture is there. But it's in Nigeria. No, it's not to 1 plot million. I cannot buy something like that. What the heck is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? It's not up to 1 word. Buy a piece of land. Simple. Let me tell you something. The first house I built, I was in my father's house when I built the house. I was not in a hurry to leave anybody's house. That land, we are low 300 square meter, 280 something thereabouts. But if you see what my brother's an architect, if you see what he designed there, I have main building, I have BQ on that land. So many of us are saying, I want to buy a big plot of land. Whatever you cannot do with land, you can do with the hair. The land you bought, the hair is yours. And also, when you are buying land from families, and you make sure that the document you sign, you own the land, even with what is under the land. I'll give you an example. A particular company that I know, we went to go and buy land from the former president in a particular location in Lagos. But what they signed was the land. They did not sign for anything that is under the land. So they discover some things. I did not mention who the former president is. I hope I don't see me online. So some things were found under the land. It cost wahala. And they have sold land to people. They have sold land to people, giving people allocation. But what is under the land is not the. Now tell me, how can somebody access what is under the land without invading some people that have the land? So these are some of the things I will teach you when you come for this particular meeting, so that you can get the information. For funding is different. So funding is not 10% though, because at the commission, at the gifts, at the capital, at the ROI, must be paid back to the investor. Do you understand? Somebody that is funding a project is loaning the particular developer money to do that project, right? So if we are paying 10% commission, how much is left, right? So funding is 3% to 5%. 3% to, so if you have just started, you're starting with 3%. If you get to a particular level in terms of sales, you move to 5%. So it means that for someone that is funding 1 million, for example, that is 30K naira. So for this one, you have to do more volume in terms of more people need to come and register through you. But one of the things about funding is that it is easier to sell than people buying land. Some people, Nigerians really want their cash back because they have a lot of obligations that require cash, not land. Do you understand? So that's why funding is a very good thing to sell, and you can easily make cash on a daily basis from that. Any question? Any question online or physically as we wrap up today's meeting? Okay. All right, good. Thank you. So, by time, do we have, how many of us have this flyer that has this back? The one that has this, the Mowe one. So the front is no longer useful. You are no longer funding Mowe, but the back is still useful for you. So that's why we gave you that flyer, the one that has the back, this back. So this, like I mentioned, the first step to answer his question, the first step is to join the cooperative. After that, you begin a new funding and input your terms and condition, right? So once you have done that, developer accepts your negotiation or renegotiation. You guys get to an agreement on the platform. You approve it. Then you now collect collateral security, what's the amount you have funded. So let me give you a scenario. We are currently funding Mowe Town. So I will not use, Ekpe. 500 square meter in the first location that we are selling Ekpe, we are currently selling at 4 million. So it's the fence plot that you are seeing here. We are not selling land alone. So if you come and meet me and say, Sam, I want to buy that 4 million and it's not available, you come and buy the fence plot. Because you buy the land now, you will not do documentation. Then documentation will now increase. You now come back in 3 years' time. The value has now increased because it's government that changes the value, not real estate company. So, but the land cost is what we are going to use to do the collateral. If you fund with 4 million, you alone will be giving 500 square meter. that you will hold till the maturity of your. So if you fund with 4 million at let's say 20% for 12 months. For that period of 12 months, you are giving 500 square meter that the company developer cannot use. Do you understand? You are going to be allocated. Can we get a? Do you have the key of my office? That bunch of key. Can you get me one of the people's collateral? Just check one of the folders underneath. You see, so that we can just even read the collateral requirement that's there. So you will be given 500 square meter in that particular location that you will hold in trust till maturity of your funding. Once the fund has been matured and you are being paid back, the collateral ceases to exist. There's a clause in the collateral that absolutely dissolves that collateral security. So, like I mentioned, investment has two sides, risk and reward. Many Nigerians, and that's one of the reasons why you saw how many billions we have rejected from cooperative members, like yourself and mine, is because many of us are looking forward to the reward aspect. So it is easy for the company to collect money from you. We're about to pay you back. That's why it's very important that you must understand that your capital safety is the first thing when you are investing. The safety of your capital must be your first priority, because there's no return on investment that will be as high as your capital. So if they are going to give you 50% in 1 year, 50% of 2 million is 1 million. Your 2 million is still greater than that 1 million. So why not first protect that 2 million? Do you understand? So stop looking at the reward first. The fact that your money will come back to you is number one priority, and that's already 100% ROI. Because if you do not invest it, you will have spent it. Do you understand? So we are giving you, so if you invest 1 million instead of 4 million, we'll give you 1/4, right, times 500 square meter. Who can do this math for me? I think it's 125 square meter. I still try small. I still do small. Do football and everything don't start on my brain. So you are going to get 125 square meter. So for example, some people that came on site that day, about 4 of them are on the plot in Mowe Town. Somebody funded 8 million in that Mowe Town. He got 480 square meter. Out of Mowe Town was 600 square meter that were issuing there. He got 480 square meter. Then the other person that funded 2 million got the remaining 120 square meter. So 2 of them were on a particular plot. So if there's any issue, right, all we just have to do is to put up that particular plot for sale. If there's any issue from the developer, whether there's delay or default, because we need to understand that that's one of the reasons why we are teaching real estate business challenges. There can be issues, but in this cooperative, nobody's going to lose money. Not that all this one that you people invested and the CEO ran away, all those kind of nonsense things. You know, how can you run away when you have the Mowe Town that we went to? Can you guess how much that particular estate is worth? I'm not saying you came. I wanted people to that not come. The one that we went to in the Bejleki, can you guess how many billion that is worth? If you go outside there, you will see the one is worth 7.something billion. Now, how can somebody that owns 7.something billion naira worth of assets run away for 100 million naira investment? So this is our own copy of collateral. The original copy the person has taken with his spiral binding and everything. But I want to read out a few clauses here. Am I permitted to do that? All right, so collateral agreements made this day, 1st of February, between Real Estate Founders Cooperative and the person's name. Whereas Real Estate Founders Cooperative, okay, all these ones are not really. All right. Now, this agreement witnesses as follows. In consideration of 200,000 naira, that was the person's funding, the funders shall fund Real Estate Funders with the project at Mowe Town. The funder is hereby assigned a piece of a plot of land at Paradise by Almond Mowe, worth the commensurate amount funded. The funder is hereby assigned 12 square meter on block A, plot 5. Let's do the math. He funded 200,000. Mowe is worth 10 million. Times 600 square meter. Somebody should give me the answer of this. That's 12 square meter. So whatever amount you fund is what you'll be given. There was a particular time we did promo. We did 125% collateral. How many of us got it? I think you got 125%. So that was like a welcome bonus for the Mowe project. If you remember that time. So if there's a promo like that, you leverage on that. It means that you are getting collateral what above what you have invested. So I hope I answered your question. All right. Any other question? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I know what you want to do, sir. I did that several years ago. Well, yes, you can invest for your children. You can invest for your children. So yes, you can.
What about the percentage? Is it negotiable from the 3 to 5%?
No, there's a particular level you will get to that you have to increase from 3 to 5%. So you must have made sale to up to like 20 million thereabout for you to now start getting that. So largely because funding is debt. So even 5% out of 200,000 now, 5% is 10,000 naira. Then your gifts, let's say how many percent they get. So 160,000, 170,000, I will still pay the entire 200,000 plus interest. So no, that can't work. So yes, you can refer. Let me tell you something. Mr. Francis Ajilore he was just here. I was paying him commission. That was what gingered me to come and say I want to start doing real estate business. I was paying. He would just come to the office, account, half a sound, show my your lady. You know, I'll do like this. Oh my God, wow. Mr. Francis, we sell products and put his wife's name as the seller. Because at that time in that company, they had all this line management. So you refer somebody that refer somebody. All those kind of things. Me, I don't do that one here. So this you are the salesperson, you cannot be sharing commission with yourself. Do you understand? But let's say the salesperson get 10%. The person that brought the salesperson can be getting 3%. So instead of him to just get 10%, he will put his wife, his fiancée that time, as the person that sold it, then him as the person that referred his fiancée. So they will now collect 13%. When I saw that, I said, I said, who is this guy? Who is this guy that is always saying that? When I checked the referral, I said, because the wife was actually not selling anything. It was when I was doing the sales, but he put it in his wife's name. The wife will collect 10%, the woman will still later transfer the money back to him. Then he will now collect 3% also. Sharp guy. Within how many months, he already finished his house in Aja. So I said, no. I need to enter into this business. I had no goal of going into real estate. No, it was not in my plan. But when I sat down there and I was calculating people's commission on a daily basis, and that's one of the things that I hate accounting for. You be counting people's money. No, I said no. I cannot be doing accounting. I need to go and do business. Let people come and be counting my money. You know, so yeah. Any other question? Okay. Mike there, please. Victor.
So you were talking about landed property the other time.
Yes, sir.
That if you have a landed property that maybe someone wish to put on for sale, that you can contact the company.
Did I say that? No. I didn't mention that.
Okay. I thought you said that. When you were talking about the percentage of land.
No, I was talking about this land that we are selling. The Ekpe and the Mowe town. Yeah. We have enough land that we want to sell. Don't go carry on that.
What of property?
That property that someone wants to sell?
Yeah.
But no, we don't do that though. We don't do that. Any other question? All right. So I will give you the reason why we don't do that. It's not that something that we cannot do, but it's easy for someone's name to get spoiled. Yes, go ahead.
My question is this: if I refer someone,
yes,
and subsequently the person I referred another person, do I get commission from that?
That's exactly what I'm talking about that Mr. Francis was doing. So under our cooperative, we don't do that. Right? So what you can do is that you can have your own agency under Fund Real Estate. So anybody that makes sale in your agency, you people will share money by yourself. It's only one person we are sending commission to. Do you understand? So once we send you the commission, you cannot decide how you want to do it. You can say that you want to be paying your people under you 7%, you collect 3%. But our own concern is that 10% leaves our system and goes to you, that's the people that sold it. How you people want to share it is not, because listen, the truth is that auditing and all these taxation issues is a lot of problem in Nigeria. So by the time different payments, voila, we will now be removing withholding tax from different transactions, all those kind of things. You understand? So one payment is enough. Any other question? Okay, Mr. Kingsley has a question.
So one doesn't really need to have funded before you can participate.
Of course. Of course. Some people, it is your commission that you will now use to start funding. I know somebody is not present here, has never attended cooperative meeting before, but it was his commission in Rexpo 2022. He made about 1.3 something million from Rexpo 2022, right? That is used to buy his first piece of land with us. Do you understand? So you don't need to have funded. That's the cooperative stands on two legs. People that can fund, that can bring people who can fund. Do you understand? So either ways, or people that can buy land, or people that can bring people that can buy land. So to answer your question, one of the reasons why we don't do it is because of bad past experience. So imagine you selling land for somebody, and we are finishing the transaction, and like 2 months later, they came to come and carry you. Do you understand? So I would rather sell land that me do the due diligence to the end before I now go and start putting people's land up for sale. It's very, very risky. Please, also, because of the fact that we are looking for commission doesn't mean that we should be selling any kind of land. Please, I beg you. Because I know realtors are not really stable in one particular company. They jump from company to company looking for the one that is paying the highest commission. It's not a problem, and the ones that are giving car. Not a problem, but can you withstand the heat? I still have somebody that came to come and meet me this year, bought land from me in 2014. And there's no problem. But can you do that if you sold a fake estate, not real estate, to somebody? So that's one of the reasons why you have to be very careful. Because many of these organizations are just out for profit, not for your well-being. Any other question? Okay, so have I covered everything, Utibe? I think there's a testimonial video that we want to watch. We can show a few pictures. So the fund and win promo is on. Can we, Victor? Where is Victor? Can we take this away so that I can present people with their stuff? Okay, so if you are interested in the event, please see Tunde Joseph Babson, TJB. See him after the event, and he will be glad to receive you. We need somebody that can help him. So let's present the washing machine first. Even though the person might not take it on, but no problem. Let's bring the washing machine up. So if you fund with as low as 500,000 for 2 years, you qualify. There is no raffle draw. And yes, let's bring it. I just want to take pictures with him. Congratulations, sir. There's already enough dust on it. So let's welcome Mr. Olu Kingsley for his washing machine. Clap for him. Congratulations, sir. Thank you so much. So this is the camera. Let's smile for the camera. Are we good? Okay. So if he doesn't carry it home today, you know so just put it there. You can unwrap the phone. Let's welcome Mr. Eddie Igodaro for his phone. This is the way you wrap the phone. They're not going to see him now. Should we leave it like this?
It's okay.
Okay. Congratulations, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. Who wants this? Is Mr. Asalejo, is he around? Okay, where are you, sir? Oh, fantastic. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, sir. Okay. Who is the final person? Who is the final person? Okay, she's coming. So while we wait for the... if you are the final person and you know your name, let me know, because I have forgotten your name. Oh. I think it's Courage. Is it Courage? Is Courage around? Courage Omoro Viegba. Abi, I spoiled the name, Abi. Jesus Christ, have mercy on me. Okay, so no other person. All right, so let's watch a few testimonials. People that have funded, people that have been on site. So this is for people, those of you that are just joining for the first time. Fridays, 11:30 a.m. Sometimes God will in our spirit. Just start from 11:30 a.m. The spirit, sometimes we need to arrest that spirit. I was hearing relationship. Okay. So let's appreciate Mr. Abayomi. He's in the house. Mr. Abayomi.
Let him join fundrealestate.ng to be part of us.
I've received my collateral documents and they are legit. I can tell you for sure, you don't have anything to worry about. You are all protected. Honestly, thank you very much. And
You have more? Oh, okay. Let's take one more. Because of time, so that we can all... I mean, get it inside. We'll be supposed
With into funding, self-explanatory. I have my document.
Ladies and gentlemen,
what actually stand guaranteed. So you can join me and let us enjoy the money together.
you know what? He said you can join fundrealestate.ng to be part of us.
as you can see, I've received my collateral documents and they are legit. I can tell you for sure, you don't have anything to worry about. You are all protected. Oh yes, thank you very much.
So let's appreciate fundrealestate.ng. A big thank you to each and every one of us.
Gentlemen, I'm Mr. Eddie Gudari by name, and I'm an investor to this project, Fund Real Estate. It's an investment that you can invest and be rest assured that indeed your money will work for you. Go and invest, because I've invested for my 2 days to secure my future.
Now, the budget alone for personal development is now about, there's a particular program we are going for in the US in October, is $15,000. $15,000, that has already been settled. There's one program we have in Marriott on 2nd of March before this one, is $3,000. Now, some of these things we don't attend because we have money to waste. It's because we have budgets for personal development expenses. So it can be a skill that you want to learn. It can be a training. It can be travel. Some of us are doing business and we don't travel. You just need an exposure to how people over there are doing your kind of business. You come and add that particular experience to your Nigerian business and it explodes. Why do you think your CEO of your company travels? You think he's just going for vacation? He travels because there's something that he can go and add. That can learn there and come and add to the particular product here, and he gets a new shift. So your personal development can be travel, it can be skill, or it can be trainings. Very important. Another thing that you must not negotiate is your real estate investments, assets. apart from just your cash investment and funding, make sure that you prioritize asset ownership also. Very important. This year alone, this is January, right? This is in February, right? The first week of January, personally, I acquired 5 acres of land in Ibadan. Personally, the first week. So I started my year with acquisition of land, right? And I've not finished paying for the entire 5 acres. I just need to sell off 1 acre to pay for the remaining 4. That's how it's done. But because I bought it at a deal, always buy land at a deal. Buy land at a deal, very important. So I will not go much again into that. I just want us to wrap up. Please, we have, if we have, for people that, we need interviews, right? Or there's no time for that? Okay, so we'd just like to crave the indulgence of 3 or 5 people who can wait behind. Someone that has not done an interview before. So let's have a new face. So if today was a very good exposure for you, kindly just wait behind for 5 minutes. They'll take you to the studio. Where are we using? Upstairs? They'll take you to the management office upstairs, and we would just like to have a word with you. Please, 30 seconds. I was the refer and end workshop. Brilliant, inspiring, that's all. That's also all we need, so that people can also, and if you don't want your video to be shown on social media, don't come. Because there was one particular guy on site. He said, if people see on video, they will start believing. So we did not put him online. And I understand, because your village people start following you. No. So big appreciation to everybody online. Thank you for staying with us. Thank you for your patience. Let's appreciate the online audience. I mean, they had issues with the video before, but they stayed true. Thank you so much. So to reach out to us, our social media is fundrealestate.ng, Instagram and Facebook. Our phone numbers, you guys already have that. This is our office, permanent for now. And that question? Sorry, you were supposed to. Permanent for now. Until we buy our own office space. I can't see the question. Okay. At the end of the investment. Okay. Mr. Samuel Oladeinde says, all this information about the land and the prices, are they on your website for us? So yes, the land and the prices are on client.cashgain.ng. So Mr. Samuel, kindly chat any of the customer care line. They would attend to you for that, because you need the referral link to log into that website. Please, how can I get guidelines on refer and earn BC? I had to attend to something when you were talking about it. What is refer and earn BC? What does BC mean? Broadcast. Oh, please rewatch the YouTube video. So once we end now, the video will be on YouTube, right? So please rewatch the video on YouTube again so you can get it. At the end of the investment period and the funder decides to take the collateral allocation, what's the process of ownership? No. You cannot take ownership. So what happens is that if you are funded up to, so Mr. Oluwashayo Ajayi, this will answer your question. If you are funded up to half plot, so for example, half plot in Mowe Town is 5 million. So if you funded 5 million, right, that means you are going to be given 300 square meter as collateral to the maturity of your funding. That is when you can now discuss with us at the end of maturity. Do you understand? Because even at the end of maturity, the land that you funded at 5 million will have appreciated. So you just pay the difference and you get the ownership. Right? But if you funded below half plots, we cannot allocate you 12. Imagine so that person that we gave 12 square meter. How do we give you 12 square meter? Is like maybe this place to here. So you can't even build a toilet here. You know, so it's just to give you extra security. Then the next question is, so I hope I answered your question. So if you are funded up to half plot or a full plot, then you can negotiate with the company at the end of maturity that you want to convert your land. And now for some people, you don't need to fund it once. So these 3 months of Ekpe now, for example, right? If Ekpe is 4 million, if you fund 500,000 naira this month, you are giving how many square meters? 500 over 4 times. Okay? If you fund 500,000 next month, and in the last month of the quarter, you now fund 1 million. That is 2 million naira total funding. So all your total collateral is now up to half plot. Even though you are going to be given different block numbers and co. But at the maturity period, since all your total collateral is now up to half plot, you can now talk to the company. Do you understand? So the company can actually give you the land at that current price, or they can add it to add to the capital gain, whatever it is. So the negotiation, as a cooperative member, you'll be able to discuss with the organization. Then the final question is, kindly send me the registration link for land sale. Michael Lawa, chat 080. Please, okay, let me put it here. Chat 08022430140. So for everybody that wants the link for the land sale, chat that particular number. Now for the land sale, we did not print flyer. So if you need that flyer, it's soft copy. Right? So chat the particular WhatsApp number up and you'll be given that particular flyer. I hope it's not Mowe flyer they are giving you guys, so in plenty. Is there a question physically or online or spiritually? Please, Pastor Dave, scan the spirits and see if there's any question.
I want to clarify something. This win is for those who are putting in 24 months, right?
Yes. Not 12. 12 months you get your collateral and everything. Right, but this time around we are doing. Who is the final? Okay. All right. So who are the 5 people that? See, if you don't do it, I'll be the security people will not allow you go outside. And if you are a Man U fan, that's a problem. It's a problem. So 5. I should pick by myself, Abi. Should I pick? Okay, good. Mr. What's your name, sir? Mr. Akpan. Is the studio ready? Is the studio ready? It's almost ready. So, Victor, show him to the management office to go and do interviews. Just 30 seconds. I hope nobody's going to be you after they see your face on the video. They'll say, don't buy land. Okay, let's ask. We have a question there. Please, let's pause it. Well done, sir. Oh. A rundown. Oh, good. So I will give somebody the mic to do the rundown for me. So let me see if somebody really paid attention. Okay, so to be on a more serious note, so we had a lot of discussions, right? So we had the refer and earn workshop for people that want to refer and get another stream of income for themselves. And we had our usual cooperative meeting. So the cooperative and investors meeting, we meet here every month. This is a cooperative society, right? A cooperative of investors. So we show them the agenda for the year. We show them the reports, how much came in last year, what it was used for, and the likes, right? So the entire program is on YouTube. Just go to Sam Orija on YouTube. You can rewatch it there, right? But largely, the opportunities that were shared in terms of real estate, our land, we are selling land, fenced plots. Fenced plots, that's what we are selling. It covers the entire prices, covers for documentation, for development levy, for land cost, and for 5 to 7 coaches of your fence. So we don't sell land alone here. We sell fence because we don't want any issues with anybody. Then the second one is the funding platform. Have you given him flyer? So is the funding, this is not the flyer I need though. Can you borrow me your own flyer? So is the funding, this is Mowe. We are currently funding Ekpe. You gave him Mowe. It's Mowe you gave him. So get Ekpe flyer and give it to me. It's 5 to 7 coaches. Oh, no, so we have a fence plus for 300 square meter. We have fence plus for 600 square meter. In both Ekpe and Mowe. Oh, so 300 square meter is, that square meter in feet is 60 feet by 60 feet. For 600 square meter in feet is 60 by 120. Do you understand? So that's it. So imagine them asking me now, I don't know what feet is and square meter. So that's one of the reasons why you must understand your product. I mentioned that during the refer and earn. So in the product that we are currently funding as a cooperative, you have the liberty to fund under your own terms and conditions. So there's no interest rates or whatever. You go to the platform, you tell us how much you have, how many months you want to invest for, and how many percent you think you deserve for that investment period. So the developer on the back end will see your negotiation. They can either accept, reject, or renegotiate. So once you guys come to an agreement, you pay your money, fund for the period. While you are funding, while you are waiting for maturity, you'll be given landed collateral. What's the amount you have funded? So currently now in Ekwe, we sell a plot 4 million. So if you fund 4 million, you'll be given 500 square meters for yourself. Now you cannot use the land for anything. We cannot use for anything. We're just telling you that in case, because you know that investment is risk and reward. In case there's any issue, you have land that we can unlock and sell and get your money back. But that's not the traditional way of us paying you back, right? So that's just collateral. Now, if you fund for 24 months, if what you negotiate is 24 months, what is at the back applies to you. Minimum of 500,000 naira for 24 months. You win these gifts automatically. There's no raffle draw. So it's not like you stand a chance to. The people here that were you here when we presented the gift? So this is a washing machine. This is the owner here. But I can be the next owner because he has not taken it for the past how many weeks. And I'm taking it to my next shortlet apartment so they can put it there. You know, so Mr. Eddie won a phone. A lot of people won Ampass. You can put up, David, you can put up slide photos of people that want TV. The pictures are there. People have won TV here, laptops, different kind of things there. So that's just the rundown. If you have any questions, please take his number, and you can ask him directly. He will answer you. Then finally, we have an event. We have an event on the 9th of March. Now, there are many things that were said here that are quality information, but it will not compare with what we are going to say here. Because this particular one, people that will pay attention. If you pay, you will pay attention. Yes. If you don't pay, you might pay attention. And good for you. Congratulations. Yes, sir. So, go and sell. This Investors Corner now we are going to do 2 this year. This is for March. Another one is in June. Right? So that one in June, you can start saving for it because it's going to be more expensive. Then we have the iNetwork Summit in October. iNetwork Summit is a 2 days fully residential event. That one, myself, Dr. Lumide Emmanuel, and Nola Adetola, CEO of Veritas, will be live in a particular hotel for 2 days, 2 nights. Right? iNetwork Summit, so we'll be talking about several things about that. But now, let me tell you something. When you are in primary school, you have teacher. Same as secondary school. When you get to university, you now have a lecturer. You cannot be in the university and be eating primary school food. So if you know that you have graduated to a level where you should be paying for classes, be paying for classes. Stop attending just free events. The truth is that you will not understand what I'm talking about until you attend. That's the truth. That's the truth. So this particular event is 200,000. We have 2 world-class speakers, including myself, the third. Maybe I'm a local class speaker. I'm a class speaker. Okay, thank you so much. God bless you. You are a Madrid fan, Abi? Yeah. I'm telling you, only Madrid fans that can talk. I mean, don't you see? Some of us who are supporting clubs that our children have not seen them win a Premiership title. You are setting a good precedent for them. They don't have any choice than to succeed. You know, some of us now, our club now in the last 10 years, no Premiership title. And your son is 9 years old. They have never seen you. All right, so on a more serious note, we have this event. There's a letter in it that will tell you what you stand to gain and everything. So you can read through it. It's 200,000 naira. And for people that are attending this event, I'm giving them 25% discount that came here or attended online. So you have to pay 150,000 naira. Now, Dr. Clement will be talking about real estate business challenges in Nigeria today. Tade Cash will be talking about real estate investment challenges, while I will be talking about real estate business and investment opportunities. Then there's a bonus topic, which is one of the key reasons why you have to attend. How to buy land at wholesale prices from families, communities, and governments. Now, all these estates that we are developing, we did not buy it at retail price. We bought it from families at developers' price. So I gave you an example of Ekpe, the first 40 acres that we bought. We bought at 500,000 naira per acre. An acre is 6 plots. Today, 1 plot is the formula today. I won't say it now. Should I say it? So I won't say it today. But when you come on that day, Tade Cash, several estates all across Nigeria, Oladipo Clement, several estates all across Nigeria. And these are evidences, right? Sam Roja to a few acres all across Nigeria. You know, so, but I will not share that today. So if you come for the event, Marriott, there's breakfast and lunch. Lunch is buffet style. It's going to be an amazing event, actually. And I'm just looking for a few people, just a few people that will attend. Maximum, but we need to get interested people. If you are interested, I know that before March 9, you can pay. Drop your name down so we can add you to the list. So that it's not like when we have paid for 30-seater capacity, you now start coming and saying you want to attend. You will lap, somebody will lap you. Or you sit down on the floor. So if you're interested, you can get a pack for him if he's interested so I can follow him up. I hope I did a good job. Thank you so much. Any other question? So these are pictures of people that won gift to. Before the inflation came, prices went up, you know. So, so who are the people that are doing interview? IMA. Mr. Akman, I got your name right. Good. What club do you support? Arsenal. Tottenham. Arsenal. You are not proud of your club. You almost came first last year. Almost. So Mr. Akman. Mr. Akman will do us. Sir, what's your name, sir? You have been smiling since morning. I like that smile. I want that smile on our camera. What's his name, sir? Mr. Ayodeji from which club? Did you watch football? You are a Super Eagles fan. Man U. I will just pity you today. So Mr. Akman and Mr. Man U. Mr. Ayodeji. Are you listening to me? Mr. Akman and Mr. Ayodeji, please, let's take them to the office. Don't waste your time, oh. 1 minute. Sir, you don't want? It's just 1 minute. How about you, sir? What's your name? Oh, yeah, please, come with us. Thank you so much. On that note, they say we should end with our national pledge, Abi. Okay, so tomorrow Nigeria is playing. Oh, please, if you have high blood pressure, don't watch. Oh, stay in your. If I don't stay in your house, walk around the streets. Is the shit that is worse? Please, I beg you in the name of God, so that you can be able to survive other matches. I beg you. So IMA, take both of them upstairs. Thank you. All right, so next cooperative meeting is March 16. Why it is March 16? It was March 2nd. We have the Billionaires Conclave in Marriott with Dr. Olumide and Co. So that one is the $3,000 event I'm talking about. Then March 9th, we have this at Marriott also. So the March 16th is the next Saturday that is available. Then we'll be meeting then. We'll also be having Refer and Earn workshop will be March 2nd. That will be online. I can join that one online from where I will be. After March 9th and March 16th, I will be away for a while. So by June, we'll have the next Investors Corner. But I will be joining in online, and also I need to go and finish my PhD. Maybe they give me my certificate. One of the biggest mistakes I made was I didn't pay everything full. So exchange rates don't affect since now. I'm now paying more dollars than I should have. It's the same dollar, but you know, Nairas don't. So we now have to gather more Naira to. No, amen. That's what you should say. All right. So my name is Sam Orija, current president of the Real Estate Funders Cooperative. I said current president. Don't worry. By the time we do 1 year or 1.5 years, I step down and another person become a president so that I can do other things with my time. Okay, yeah, you can fund. The minimum is 200,000 to fund, but the minimum to get incentive is 500,000. So if you don't need incentive, just fund 200,000 and go ahead. What's the other question? There's no other question, Abby. All right, so I hope I answered your question online. So these are people on site. This is our Mowe site. You can see it. Some of us are on. Some of us are here. See somebody smiling with our gifts. This guy said, "I go take carry this to go out." Even our in-house guy collects gifts. I'll collect that back to Apostle. Generator. So a lot of people want lots of stuffs. Yeah, generator. Those happen to be my cousins actually too. There are some people I will ban from collecting gifts going forward. You are number one, sir. You are number two. See, this one TV and his brother won a laptop. So they can see this online, right? Yeah. So good. So the fund and win promo is still on. Let's get to work. Let's get our people to win stuff also. Some of us now, it is us that will collect the gifts. Some of us, the consultants, will not tell their clients that they can win something. They will not come and collect it on behalf of their client. No problem, nothing concern me. As long as you and your clients settle your issues outside our office. Because before they come and say, Mr. Sam, I thought you said we'll collect gift. I've given the gift to Mr. Eddie. Go and collect Mr. Eddie for me. So thank you all so much. I appreciate everybody for your time. We have spent quality time together. I hope to see you guys next time. See you then. Stay safe. Get home safe. God bless you. God bless Nigeria. Bye for now.
Good morning, welcome. Your name and where are you calling from?
I'm part of the people that visited my experience. It was a pleasant one, but thank you so much for bringing down the amount of investment.
My name is Olu Kingsley. I've just collected my collateral for the funding that I did, and it is real.
I've also received my collateral documents allocation here on site.
I also got my collateral. It was not experience actually.
We had a lot of people who could not actually even make it. Some people abroad.
There's a message here. Good morning. This is Eddie from Ojodu. I was at the site Saturday and collected my collateral for my funding in December 2023. Please try to come on board.
Hello everyone, my name is Eddie Godaru. I've just received my collateral document here on site. Thank you.
Thank you, FoundryEstate.ng.
Thank you, FoundryEstate.ng.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Mr. Eddie Godaru by name, and I'm an investor to this project, Fund Real Estate. It's an investment that you can invest and be rest assured that indeed your money will work for you. Go and invest, because I've invested for my today to secure my future. realestate.ng.
I've just received a collateral document.
I have received my collateral documents and allocation here on site. Thank you for realestate.ng.
God bless you.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Mr. Eddie Godari by name, and I'm an investor to this project, Fund Real Estate. It's an investment that you can invest and the rest assured that indeed your money will work for you. Go and invest, because I've invested for my today to secure my future.
Estates. You can't regret. Come over.
Hello, my name is Mr. Samson. I just funded the Fund realestate.ng.
I've just received a collateral document.
I have received my collateral documents and allocation here on site. Thank you for realestate.ng.
God bless you.
My name is Olasokomi Abayomi. We were at Mowe Town last Saturday. I was part of the members of the company that visited the site called Amont Canton Estate in Mowe Town. It is a really big and a massive project going on there. And I want to thank the Sam Orija and his teams for the amazing work even they are doing. And I want to encourage you people that are still doubting it. Fund Real Estate NG has come to stay. One thing that stands them out is this transparency and trust. Since I joined this company and I formed my first project, in fact, I can sleep with my two eyes closed. I have never had any doubts or worries. So I want to encourage you people to also join and partner with them, and then you will thank me later for it. God bless you.